just nationalism. Oh, and they you have got a national students of problem with them. Who will be at a nationality level? You know, am I not a day? We could be in a battle mind. Obi
Dane den nyina ye bohu dawro edekire etiefo Ghana fo otie yen won mo mutie from my mu won mo wo amanone a wo etie yen eye bia koye ne ehia said your man bi anase aman hudo bi no akom ho abomu a wo kohia ne nyonko ni krom ni ewo eye oman foforo so a wo triti no won ne kambo mu bia koye yanya de no we need to take it to another level. Another level in the sense that we are uniting against what is wrong. And we are uniting and rooting for what is right. And for any political party that is in power. No, we are not serving any political party. We are serving the state. We are serving the republic. We are serving the nation called Ghana. And not the interest of any political party. What is in the interest of the Gaia country, no, woman, no, and then was here in Yadino Koso, and Zambia, political party, yeah, dear Bimpone, yeah, because of the love that you have developed for the state, the love that you have developed for the nation, the love that you have developed for the country, you rise up and say it. You'll be bold enough and say it. Won't you when I say, won't you come on pam so? Obe kano kreno obe sichire ekro nani ede osikro ene topa ene de agum said ye be ya diabetes kro no betimi awu. You go for the right antidote said ye be ya ebro no a edu ko man no ye betimi aye free ho and that is how I betimi am man etimi agina ye atumpon akonkan. Na se anya ne sa na ba ku gina fa na ba ku gina fa na da bia ye to ateche de bro ye ho ye to atwede de bro ye ho a you can just imagine where we would be. The reason we are not seeing any dramatic development, dramatic growth, dramatic improvement in the livelihoods of a lot of Ghanaians, we seem to be politicizing virtually anything and everything. And here, for Democrat, me for me a kuaodo, as the NDC lecturers, NPP lecturers. You must be ashamed of yourself. You must be ashamed of yourself. Yamu atemu akwaba and from happy morning show so and I pay from young compasa che this year. Adriana Brad is here, Chenchen and Kwadwo Sefah-Danquah. No siambo. Abena Sante credit all the Casiabon air brain happy Casiabo and upon Siandiano. If you have a paper make house here, the Dobocrat who don't notify them a bro now to pay live on the happy morning show. And then some coupons will be doing come on Mr. Went into my video for fear. They done then you are drink tray on someone and other person bet you are drink tray and on some who do on home. They must say and the young Queen of Casabon, but I said, watching the computer screen anymore. Mansoria, I have a tuninsa.
Na Casiabon, dear pa, no home.
No crack to no Casiabono, I am a power home pa 12 metier, 6 metier, and he said, can be a washer piano. Metier, more news Nivia, and some now move the kind 12 o'clock. No, Sana, other stations Nabeka, and the manager who say, Muli D. Am I whom come or Coswono, and Sana, other stations Nabeka. The chat for Kura manager who say, presenters no, in fact, you are very good. No more. No, my own wedding.
Nonsia abo adishmai maya bema machia mama kwaba de aba 98.9 FM so brashon sano pa nonsia kase ebo ayensa kanom enenso de no yede ba na yede beso mo ubetimi akwakopie mo Facebook happy 98.9 FM ɛhɔ nom ɛyɛ adeɛ sɛ kaseɛbɔ no ɛretwa gu hɔ nom paa wokɔ afa wo comment ɛbra yɛbɛkenkan ne kama paa ɛde ama wobɛtumi ahyɛ nso ama afoforo anya bi ahyɛ happyghana.com ɛnsɛm a mebɛkenkan ne bi ɛka ho nyinaa no ɛyɛ adeɛ sɛ wokɔpie mu hɔ nom a yɛkurukye ɛdi gu hɔ wobɛnya bi akenkan ɛnsɛm ne dɔɔso na anɔpɛ na mmom deɛ bɛdi kaseɛbɔ no mu bi akɔtene ne sɛ Ghana mampanyin His Excellency John Dramani Mahama nei wɔde nsɛm ato mpanyinfoɔ ahodoɔ a wɔn mu abibrɛ mu hanom nyinaa anim sɛ yɛn natural resources a Nyankopɔn de adom yɛ bibiman no yɛnhwɛ sɛ yɛbɛhwɛ so yie paa ne yɛdi dwuma so sɛ na yɛbɛtumi aboa ama abibrɛ man so no atumi atu mpɔn na Minister for Food and Agriculture Mr. Eric Opoku Nenei ɔde nsɛm ɛto dwa akyima mampanyin John Dramani Mahama Feed Ghana program ɔde aba Nenei ɛne ɔman Ghana man nyinaa som institutions ahodoɔ nyinaa kamea yɛ sɛ wɔnom ɛyɛ kua ɛwɔ ɔman Ghana hanom yɛde kaseɛbɔ ne kɔ akɔpie mu ɛwɔ nkurɔfoɔ ama so na ɛne aba bɛtɔ dwa sɛ ɛnrada ɛyɛ adeɛ sɛ US mampanyin ana afei nso no Ukraine mampanyin wɔnom ahyia ne nyinaa sɛ ɔmo kasa ɛde afa ho sɛ ntɔkwa a ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ Russia ne Ukraine no ɛtoɔ ɛbɛtwa abusansɛm bi ka nsɛm wɔ ehu na mede ba bɛsom wɔ sɛ anopa no nsia kaseɛbɔ happy 98.9 FM medin di abena santena asana no yɛntwɛ ho simam na meba mɛkyerɛ nsɛm ne mu de akyerɛ mu Abusia mamensa mu akwa babiem na wasese wasungusu a wuti anopa no nsia kaseɛbɔ happy 98.9 FM afegibre na menkyerɛ kaseɛbɔ ni mu mfancho enrada ɛyɛ adeɛ sɛ dwumadie bi ɛkɔ so wɔ nkrampompuni mantem hanom a yɛfrɛ no annual conference of the Association of Accountants ɛne accountants ahodoɔ ne mpanyinfoɔ atitiriw a wɔn mu fira aman ahodoɔ so nyinaa bepie mu ɛwɔ nkrampompuni mantem hanom a no mo kasa ɛde afa wɔn mu man sika ho na ɛno na kyerɛ His Excellency John Dramani Mahama kopie mu hɔ bi na ɔde nsɛm otu dwa kyima ɛho behia sɛ ɛbibrɛ mu hanom no natural resources a Nyankopɔn de adom yɛ no yɛbɛhwɛ sɛ yɛbɛdi so yie paa na yɛde adi dwuma so sɛ na bɛyɛbɛtumi aboa ama aman ahodoɔ ɛwɔ ɛbibrɛ mu hanom so no ɛtumi ɛtu mpɔn na ɛno na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama de nsɛm otu dwa na ɔkyerɛ ma ɛnɛ yi wobɛpie mu ɔman Ghana hanom a Onyankopɔn adom yɛ fam agudie bi te sɛ gold a gold no edi dwuma so pa de ma ɔman Ghana masika ɔman Ghana enya free gold nim no enya asem kuma akra yɛde bi konkrofo ama so ekoton ɛna ɔde nsɛm otu gya kyerɛ ma ɛnkane no na kyerɛ sɛ kwan a ɛfa so yɛtɔ gold ɔman Ghana hanom no na sɛ nya de pakra na sɛ obia sɔre a na wakɔ akɔpie mu baabi yɛtu gold no na wato gold afiri hɔ nom sɛ gold ne ba aban hɔ sɛ ma aban hɔ ɛkwan a ne ɛfa so ɛtɔ gold firi ɔman Ghana ha de kɔpie mu nkrofo ama so no na yɛ adeɛ sɛ ha adwen paa ɛna obia ma ne kora so ana ɔde nam obia sɔre a na wakɔ akɔpie mu ɛwɔ bia yɛtu gold na watɔ ɛno kora na ɔde nsɛm otu gya kyerɛ ma ɛyɛ adeɛ sɛ ɔman India na ɔmutɔ gold firi ɔman Ghana ha na ɛno na ano da kɔpie mu odwumadie bi asɛ no mu de nsɛm otu gya kwan ɔmufa so mutɔ gold firi ɔman Ghana ha na ɛsɛ wohwɛ nsɛm a na ɔmu ka na wotumi sɛ gold kora wɔn motɔ no wɔn mu nhyɛ dɛ hu baabi pɔte ɔmutɔ gold ni firi na ada ne biribi ɛwɔ hɔ nanso ɔno na ban baeɛ no ɔde nneɛma egu akwan mu paa omati gold board na gold board no enema wonum ye ne se o my Ghana hanum gold ni nyina wo bia wo to gold o se wo to gold o se wo to gold o ni nyina no o de ba be pim gold board for akache eho ana chese obeto ye beto gold no e de afiri ena His Excellency John Dramani Mahama e de nsem otu gachima every se wonum di gold board nhye bae o my Ghana esika ye nya free gold mu no efo magudie nya asem kuma kwa ebo oman ne pa His Excellency John Dramani Mahama nsem odi tu dwa ye ti gold board no sika ye nya free ene enkane ne nsem odi tu dwa no ye ntibi
resource sovereignty. And I'll give the example of gold in Ghana. We had a free for all where we had people called gold traders, and they could go into the bushes and buy gold from our small-scale miners. There are several instances, and I'll give you one example. When I was president, my vice president went to India, and he was talking about the increasing trade between Ghana and India. And he mentioned Ghana's export items to India, one of which was gold. And he mentioned a certain value of that gold. And then, lo and behold, the Indian Minister of Commerce also came to give his speech and also talked about the increasing trade between Ghana and India. But the fly in the ointment was that there was a disparity in how much gold was reported to have been exported from Ghana and how much gold was received in India. And so definitely something was not quite right. It just meant that people were under-declaring the weight and quality of the gold they were taking out. We also found a disparity where a mining company's figures of exported gold was different from the gold received by that exported by that same mining company to Canada. And so this government took the bold decision to establish the gold board and make it illegal to take any gold out of Ghana with stringent penalties. And you wouldn't believe it, the amount of foreign exchange that we get from the gold trade has suddenly jumped so high. It just shows, what greater control of your natural resources can do.
Any auti Ghana mampenyi His Excellency John Dramani Mahama enrada and say Jumedia na ekoso nkramponpo ni mantem ha okopie mu a say free say wonum ti gold board no faso dia wonum anya free so ene enka ni gold board ni ma ya kwan na ye faso eton gold wo man Ghana ha no ana odi nsem we nyina etudwa na enrada ya de say government accountability series eba so a Minister for Food and Agriculture Mr. Eric Opoku ne kopie mu ase ana odi nsem etudwa ekwan o man Ghana kua ekoso wo man Ghana ha ana odi nsem etudwa chema ya de say mampanyi John Dramani Mahama dwumadi a wode ba ye friend Feed Ghana program no ya de say aboa yi papa ma enei o man Ghana obi a de ne ho agikua mu wo man Ghana ha eno chema institutions ahodo schools ahodo na say universities ahodo ne basic schools ahodo wo man Ghana ha no eno nkotonche a ankra efi ahodo no ene kua no obi ye bi ena chese no adode nsem otudwa chima Feed Ghana program no aba beboa pa mankrofo nimdi a wonom de ye afuo wo man Ghana ha chima ene universities ahodo no beko na school ho garden ho no ma wo munya nuane bebre free ho eno nkoto nchen a eya ade se fie ma hodo no ene nkrofo ye gardens ho no ma wonom nya nuane free ho ena ode nsem otudwa chima sa Feed Ghana program we no wonom guso ebo ho dawro na mum dawro no anyi ntine de nanso kwaya nkrofo asoma wonom di dwuma wo man Ghana ha no enya asim kuma akra ochirema nei o man Ghana enuane ebua nam Feed Ghana program so eguso a ebu ensem ode tudwa government accountability series enu adai course no ebusia ntb
for our economy. Allow me to walk you through the key pillars of the Feed Ghana program, detailing what we have achieved in the last 10 months. Campaign to stimulate national interest in agriculture. Feed Ghana becomes a national movement. The first leg of the Feed Ghana program is a nationwide campaign to stimulate patriotism, interest, and participation in agriculture. What began as a policy intervention has now evolved to a national movement, a rallying call to institutions, youth, and communities to take ownership of Ghana's agricultural revival. Under this campaign, several public and private institutions are actively engaged in institutional farming. This includes the Ghana Armed Forces, the Ghana Prison Service, the National Service Authority, 413 senior high schools, junior high schools, and primary schools, public universities such as the University of Ghana, KNUST, UCC, UDS, Ho Technical University, University of Energy and Natural Resources, etc., etc. Faith-based organizations, including churches and mosques.
Any awuti ye a Minister for Food and Agriculture, Mr. Eric Popoko, and Government Accountability Series, a copy muasia, a kwanya, a jumedia, Mampenny John Dramani Mahama by a Feed Ghana program, no, and Crawfordo Muhua Jim or Mine Ghana Hanomono, and I just say Obo Bobo Boswa. Now, we ye no, while my Nancy Hornamo no din se mutu jachima. En caneno, no my Ghana, your economy no, na enquire crack. Kwane enquire nina no, a near man, a crafting crofo ama so ebe pim or my Ghana hanomono. And no na mani mabo, I din cancani ni wo my Ghana ham. Ochrema, en canon se bibia, nessa binder dano, wakra, e de free crofo ama so ababi pim or my Ghana hanoma. Sad and the crank or my Ghana, ye bit me aye. Nanso no, every say NDC amanyoko wonum Ghana for to abamo mumbedi or my Ghana so no, any free 7th January konom. A wonum eji akonwa no. Eya ade say omuden hihye egu akwemu pa. Ama sikasemo etimi egina nuane boa na ekosoro no. Eneyi etimi egina amasese ane he ya titi nuane so ma okopie mu adwama ahodo so a. Enuane boa ye foa efi say eniema bebrane ye krafi nkrofo ama so ba neneyi ye jai kra na se ya tete so kra. Ena odi nsem otu dwachirima enkane no eniema ne ye krafi o man Ghana ha alba no. Ekankwa no man Ghana ebo na fibia no eye $3 billion a na enye sika kuma kra ochirema na ema bia na ye krafi o man Ghana hanom no ye krafi nkrofo ama so bepiem o man Ghana ha no ebi ye mu poultry vegetables emeche poultry nkokọ no vegetables oil ana afenso no esichire ana canned foods ahodo anka ebetimi aye wo man Ghana ha no na ese ni nyina no aban no ekrafi nkrofo ama so bepiem o man Ghana ha na ese sikeya na ede tonche no saa no na ma eye nnuane boa ye din o man Ghana ha okopiem adwaman so a na nso nei evize mampanyi John Dramani Mahama ba ye nhyehyeye pa ode agu akwan mu ne o man Ghana ma mebunu no obi ade ne ho agikua mu nti ene esisi ane atete niema so ama okọ adwaman ahodo so a eniema bo wo fompa ne nso yenkane no na ese niema bo no double nkrofo to ano mu so ne nsem odi to dwa Government Accountability Series enu ada no bisua entebi.
Gentlemen, the urgency of this transformative agenda cannot be overemphasized. As of 7 January 2025, when the National Democratic Congress NDC assumed office, Ghana's food import bill had reached alarming levels. About $3 billion was spent annually on basic food items such as rice, poultry, vegetable oils, sugar, and processed goods that could and should be produced locally. This not only drained our foreign exchange reserves, but also eroded our food self-sufficiency and exposed us to external price shocks. Indeed, food prices in Ghana have been on a relentless upward trajectory. Between 2022 and early 2025, the cost of basic food commodities more than doubled in several urban markets. Between
Any awuti ye a Minister for Food and Agriculture, Mr. Eric Popoko, enrada Government Accountability Series a course so ewo mampenyina kache ensem we nyina anode tudwa na ebusan ye nto ansem ne so emfama Speaker of Parliament in the name ode nsem tudwa chi mamra hyebedwa no wonom ne nsentwerefo ewo man Ghana ha ba bedi kaso bompa se ne be ya mra hyebedwa no mudwumadi omudi ewo mra hyebedwa fiem ho nso no nsentwerefo ne de aba montene so no man Ghana ma etimi ate ase yi pam ojema wo hwe ka na kabima menka bia ensentwerefo no dwuma wonom di wo kabima menka bi mu no enya asem kuma akra ojema na ensem mu ka o parliament wonom nyina bi wo ha ebrofo akase nyina no ensentwerefo ne ye de ba montene so ema man Ghana ma ete ase yi pam ma man Ghana ma ehu dwumadi a wonom edi wo mrahye bedwafiem ho entenei wonom ne nsentwerefo ba be ka bompa se ne be ya eniema a eda wonom tiri so se so mu yese mrahye bedwafo no nsentwerefo no so de aba montene so ama man Ghana ma nyina ehu bi speaker ansem no yentebi
Conceptually, Parliament holds the power, the purse. I said conceptually. The press informs and empowers the public. including duty bearers, our own selves. Together, both help citizens understand how national resources are allocated and utilized. Accountability becomes truly effective only when Parliament and the press interact openly, share insights, challenge one another constructively, and ultimately strengthen each other's work.
Any awuti ye Speaker of Parliament Yera Kingsford Aban Babin eno adam na shebe film abra no mudi dwuma so wo ho no no ana odi nsem we nyina etuja ebusia yentu akase ebo no so emfama odia eno ada ene beto odwa se Tamale High Court wonoma se kwandai abato mpeso aso ehu behia se aba no ye betu ne bi emfi se nipa no ogina mu ma NDC amanyoku no nipa ni chirima eya ade se 41 polling stations bi eniema ankoyi wo ho no nti wo de asem ne kopie mu e wo Tamale High Court ema eno ada enkomra no Tamale High Court ebu asem ne se ehu behia se electoral commission ene wa ma ne nano maako ena aduasa echi na se 30 days within 30 days ehu behia se eye kwandai abato mpeso aso no won besa ato aba ne foforo kra se ne be ya ebetimi abo afi se mentimi ho ase bi ekoso na no nanam so amamra hye bedwani ogina mu mamamfa won mo kwandai yewura matu nyandam eye nsentrofo ne ne twetwe nkomo ne ebisa ne se aso ensem a efri Tamale High Court aba no so no asem ne de wate pa ne nso se ne court no ebu asem no court no emua ne yie kra efi se obi biara wo kwandai ne mantam onim se no Matthew eye nyamdam no ade se wadi nkonim papa efi se emanko a wode twen NDC amanyoku onim no 3734 ena ode atwen wo no mumu ochirema ade se 41 polling stations a wonum de kopie mu wo court na wonum twe ho dare no sa 41 polling station ni nyina no ade se wono wo wi ni ya obi nimbi enti eba ne sen ana chese Tamale High Court etimi bua se wonum san to aba ne foforo court aka wate na emom no de wone na lawyer fo no wonum asa file appeal asem no wonum kwa akotwe ho dare eno adanse mo de tudwa no enti bi.
Well, let me in the first place thank my supporters, thank the good people of Bandai, and let me put it on record that I'm still their MP. Yes. I want to put it on record that I'm still their MP. Although, like the lawyer said, we were in court, and before we came to court, I can say for sure that for about a week, we knew that things were not going to be right. Our opponents were jubilating. They were saying all manner of things in Kwandai. And they were too sure that this is the judgment they were going to get. But as law-abiding citizens, I want to put on record that, yes, we respect what the judge has said. We vehemently disagree with him. I know that I won the election with a difference of 3,734. And that is a clear victory. And if you look at the pink sheets, it's on record that they've admitted that every single pink sheet was given to all the political parties. I have my 152 pink sheets. They have their 152 pink sheets. And if you put the results together, we have won the elections. For some reasons, powers that may be, they decided to come to court and knowing very well that maybe they'll be able
Happy FM 98.9
to overturn.
Eni awuti ye emra hye bedwani ogina mu mamamfa won mo kwandai abato mpeso aso yewura Matu nyandam eno ada Tamale High Court rules a wode beto odwa se hu behia se kwandai abato ne beto ne foforo no ama electoral commission na ne mako aduasa no ana chese nsentrofo ne twetwe nkomo odi nsim we nyina etudwa ebusia fa kase bonu nkonko pie mu nkrofo amaso na aba beto odwa se US mpanyifo na afense no Russia mampanyin wonum atena se ene atena se wonum tena se nyina na se meeting mu ye nyina ne se hu behia se ntokwa ekoso Russia no Ukraine no wonum ebetwa so se ne be ya asomdwe ebetimi abapa na na se nhyiamudi a wonum di ye wie ye chi no ana Ukraine mampanyin de nsemo etudwa echirima ya de se ene nhyiamu a wonum ye no ekoyie papa bibia koyi asese anom onum nyina ate ase se omude omunsa be hyehye ase apam ase ene mu chima ante ase apam no maako 28 ana chese wonum de omunsa be hyehye ase ani nyina ne se entokwa ekoso ɛwɔ Ukraine ne Russia no wɔn bɛhwɛ sɛ ne nyinaa ɛbɛba awieye. Ɛbɛsɛ ama me nyina saa nsɛm wei so na anɔpa no nsia kaseɛ bɔ a mede bɛsom wɔ happy 98.9 FM no. Memfa ne nyinaa ɛnsi wɔ ha na wɔ kaseɛ bɔ nim no. Nsɛm a woteeɛ no ebi ne sɛ mampanyin His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Ɛnɛyi wɔde nsɛm oto mpanyinfo ahodoɔ a wɔn mo ɔman Ghana ha no nyinaa anim sɛ natural resources Nyankopɔn de maayɛ no yɛnhwɛ sɛ yɛbɛdi so yie pa na yɛde adi dwumaso ɛwɔ abibire mu ha. Na Minister for Food and Agriculture Mr. Eric Popopu ɛna ɔde nsɛm oto dwa akyire mu Feed Ghana project program amampanyin John Dramani Mahama de baayɛ no ɛnɛyi ɛtimi aboa ama nnuane abu ɛwɔ ɔman Ghana ha no. Ebisanse mi kan sem we hu na me de besom wo sa no pa no nsia kase bo happy 98.9 FM midin di abena asante me sorry so na me sorry so the happy morning show Mr. Kwadwo Sefah-Danquah ene na pamfo e de ba besom mo menyi afidie ni mfiri ha e ba sisia.
Me pacho science che suku adisua hye foforo ya adisuafo foforo a omo konto aso suku edi bedi dwuma no wobetimi a kyerɛ mu yi a kyerɛ me
eboa ema adisuafo no adwune ye na ye de adisuafo no asi adekyere emfimfini afei ye de oman amamra ne amane a ɛsɛfata edua mofra no mu sa suku adisua hye foforo yi obia de wom sempo obia wo adisua mu haw ene obia sabi wadi dem ne santi enya de a ye gya bofra bia wa akyire
na die ne ye bɛka fa babedie purugu twere ne twan sohwe owia ni wurafi ayade ayakoso pa
sei suku sahodo no ewo nsohwe hyehyɛ foforo ye de so moforo no ahwɛ sɛ ne a wo sua no kwan mo fa so edidi dwuma ye na makwan hodo bi so etse wo mo ye nhwehwɛmu ye ka ma bomu amoma ye adesua ho adwuma ene de ka ho bi sɛ de be ya wo mo emfa mani nkosi ensohwe a suku kɔ na wie ye ene mo yo no so ebio ye the student transcript system aba e de suafo no modern ba wo bo ewo suku mu adi eno osuani bi epese okope suapo mu kwan a obetumi di akɔ
ye be ye den enyemu ahotoso
Wayek ena sese wo hwe ensohwe nhyehyɛ foforo a sukuufo no edidi dwuma ne so sɛ de be ya ye betimi enya transcript no mu ahotoso ene arohyemu
aha afei na menyamu ntiase yie
Ghana Dutch foforo ni suane ne di kan kyena sankratoi e Ministry of Education NACA ene GES ene de brewo
ever happy morning was here some because our choice of enyum fa nopa ya bompa ya from na chebeye nondumienu ene ya hwempa ya hwempa ye ni wiade de tachiri no osebo wade ase eno no ye nije ne ye de na ase de asa de manyankopon se watimi ahwe so ama ye nso ye ka atiasefo a ye ka ho bi saa nyum no ne yebo enti eno no praise kaze praise kaze praise thank you waka nyame dum o kina no ono an ba begina ha no abonyum no sese DJ fufura enya no DJ Sankolele anopa bia no okan ho ono be nyum no dia ma he wa kwa ba bi famra happy morning to no so na no pay e roba fa ati chai bali atana principal pa kwa yimbra na tenase achame miase atenase ye djuma die ne bro eye anopa yi bo modern na kai so be ko Facebook onya kopiem wo Facebook at happy 99 FM ho ena djumadi no se de yedie de ekoso ewo fidua yi mu bia no woni krotwa wisi bitimi e de atiri na watimi ehunu bi na mom yefa weather update ne family TV na yefa na no pay live on the show this morning Ghana Meteo Adaroma won eno mo hwehwe mu kruchi nsem no e de gunkrata so de man ena no pe Ghana Meteo se ma Ghana fo nyina so nte se obo man ya na afo famu se de ewiem nsem no ebe ye nie ebe hunu se asensuo no emuna kitinkiti bi ukopiem o man finfini famu Ghana Meteo se yen kancher Ghana fo nyina se obeduru horo na aye bosuo no agugu sa so ena mia bi ho a obeduru horo na ebo no asiye pa akofo dua ene ne potem achimodan ene ne potem sremu a mu etwi ehyan e wosamya ne nyina no aya no ma ya hwiye e de aman na Ghana Meteo se ukopiem o man atifi famu a timi hai anopai eho ewiem be visi e wo ho as a woman from an bona no besh kakra wia e wo bra premo ato no Ghana metu se yen kanche Ghana fo nyina se o man atifi afamu de e yade a eho wia na bebo na no be ye wese pa ntimisre wa ya na wa ya hwi ho na o man finfini fam bi nkrutu ahodo no e bempo ebe yensu a yenkwaye ene yemepo no Ghana metu kiremu a wia no be ni ti no abo emia bi wa ehwe ne mu se nsuo no betimi ato ama ewiemu abobom na o man anafo fam nkrutu e bempo no de ewia no be ni ti na wabo enwumre wo bra no nsia abo no Ghana metu kiremu a wo man etifi efamu ho ebe bisibisi wiembe shikakra sanso no man finfini fam nkruto bi etese eyesehwi bekwai takwa oboase kumase achemodan kofoduane ne mpotamo yehwe animu sensuo no betimi ato ama ewiemu abobom nemu omaya nafo efamu nkruto ahodo na bempo no dodo no ade yehwe animu se ensuo no bi mu nanim ewo ho wiemu ensem se de ebe don hwere eduminu edi animu no eno na Ghana Meteorological Agency wona daroma won akruchegu nkrata so edi abran ya bo ho da road ama wo na no pe live on the Happy Morning Show. Duty forecaster Frederick Kujo wono na obo modia hwewiem okruchi nsem nyina edigu nkrata so na wodi bi ato amane ya bo ho da road edi ama wo no ebrana so se anopai yede de obokrata hodo na tifin nsem no yede bebre tiefo ne ifo na anopai live on the show this morning Rapapa Fatisha Boli Atnase Prince Obi Bapo Akwa Ayim Brown Atnase achame Ghana for chiamo
Happy FM 98.9.
Fatida ya on time for agenda ma.
Me ni bi.
No.
Agenda agenda.
Niamamo akwaba eba Happy Morning Show so ewo Happy 98.9 FM.
Happy 98.9 FM was go so atie no. Mame kai say sima bako aduonu nsia na abo e dia pa no nsi aka sima bako aduonu nsia na no nson abo e na no pay live on the show this morning.
And the International Monetary Fund a critical assessment of the Office of the Special Prosecutor. If I'm patcho, won't be an
no mean site TV. I've not seen.
On site TV. Any International Monetary Fund has critically evaluated the performance of Ghana's Office of the Special Prosecutor, raising questions about its operational effectiveness and its role within the broader governance and anti-corruption framework. And these are some of the things I'm raising. Almost say currently, almost say there is currently no clear and consistent policy in place at the OSP, which determines when a case meets the legal and evidential burden for proceedings to charge and assessing whether it is likely to result in conviction. TB Sefa, successful high-level prosecutions are not common, and unless action is taken, this could remain the case for a long time.
Happy FM 98.9.
Last one. Available information suggests that the majority of OSP investigations and prosecutions focus on defendants who do not occupy till prosecutions, investigations and prosecutions focus on defendants who do not occupy or did not previously occupy senior positions within government. Sefa, this assessment reinforces my belief that, look, it was a bad idea. Setting up that office was bad to even start with. Enti, enye hwee se fasi ebe ya ade as o man the who say ade na ye no enye, so we should let it go. No, wait, see, this assessment is not because of Martin Amidu or because of Kisie Jaben or because of it was a legal luminary president idea and Kwadwo. And see, as someone IMF akan Ghana for bebree raise these issues. Ghana for bebree I can say, see,
what were the recommendations of the report of the assessment?
What
were the recommendations of the assessment?
Recommendation of the assessment.
Yeah.
The recommendation and per the assessment is that in our legal framework, it won't benefit. It will not benefit anybody.
So IMF is concerned about the fight against graft.
Yes.
Yes. And then they come out to identify the lackeys. And Emma, the Office of the Special Prosecutor, intimi enye nejuma eye. But then I am saying, say, in every report, when you identify the problems or the challenges, obviously you may suggest solutions to dealing with the challenges and as to dealing with the problems that have been identified. For me, I have not chanced on the report, and so I wouldn't be able to comment on the report itself, the content of it. But then in my mind, as an academic, maybe I say, after identifying all of the challenges, what recommendations did IMF give to say a Office of the Special Prosecutor? No, it's me a because whether we like it or not, the Office of the Special Prosecutor is a creation of our yemra ahodwa yewo ewo maimu. So it was not as if it was vetoed. It was sent to Parliament. Parliament agreed, approved the bill, said there is a need for us to establish an Office of the Special Prosecutor. It was then sent to the presidency for assent to be given to the bill. Said the baby to me. And so a idea ya manyo for and I say yen omani because amanyo for no in Parliament are representing us. So we can say omamuni nyina na agiatumu. Into a creation of Omaino, because we have identified over the years institutions like Yoko, CID, Shraj, they have not been able to deal with the issues of corruption. Then you can't want someone else. And so fine, there are challenges with it, and these are challenges that we have been hammering on since the inception of the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Now we are not looking at somebody coming to pinpoint the challenges to us again. We are looking at Onipa neighbor and as an institution neighbor. After a forensic audit of the operations of the Special Prosecutor, these are the things I believe, and as I think, say, Office of the Special Prosecutor. I'm saying this because if you go to other parts of the continent, there are institutions of similar stature. And a classical example is in South Africa, where that office has been handed an autonomy to operate. Otiasie, Juma could Otimitebri, Tabo Mbeki, Ednico Jena Court, Otimitebri, a president of the state, Etimidinico Jena Court, Emmanuel Juma. So if
Nasa, this office and so it's mandated to do that.
That office,
yes,
Office of the Special Prosecutor,
yes, it's mandated to do that.
Or didn't to mean no be a free attorney general.
That,
of course,
yes,
that autonomy is not there, and that is clear. You remember, Dr. Papa Kosindum, at a point in time said, if indeed we want to fight graft or memoir, what we needed to do was to separate the Justice Ministry from the Attorney General's office. And no, Attorney General will be the chief prosecutor of virtually everything and anything. Sekotia Bankra, Attorney General will have to deal with a Bayana Muntua Utu. But Yenti. And then when the office of the special prosecutor was being established, we had people, civil society organizations on Babekan say, look, the arrangement, office of the special prosecutor with the Attorney General's office, Emma office of the special prosecutor, entimi nyina na naso ye, enni dwuma ye pese office of the special prosecutor and entimi edie. So we knew from the outset, said there was something wrong with the arrangement. And so for me, it is not new. Say IMF, same way. When we are talking about resource insufficiency, idea the inadequacy of office of the special prosecutor. Idea Ureki has come out time and again to complain. You remember when there was a time where the budget better abontain the vehicles and the things that the office of the special prosecutor wants to make it efficient and as it operate optimally. So what are the recommendations to deal with this?
Okay, so some of the recommendations are to say see a best strengthen the legal powers of that office. Okay, the legal powers of that office. And you see, say idea we say yema OSP no all the powers. Say any per our constitution, every institution prosecute on behalf of the attorney generals or the attorney general or the attorney general's office. And that is how the OSP is established. And non say OSP no ain't mean fa or no anasem enko court enko. And I say there will be interference by the AG's office. So decided say or co-prosecute ubia. I'm not sure say if the office of the special prosecutor and they decided say or be prosecute a high level member of this government, the attorney general and the attorney general's office, who prevent him from doing that. The fact that that office prosecute on behalf or at the behest of the AG, and say, or yes, or ye be at the AG, but we have witnessed Ura Martin Amidu. We witnessed even Ura Kisi Jabin. Omwa appointed, so that powers or that powers to work. Let us not create the impression say that office any powers to work. The law emrana edi omubaye no momo that powers to work. There's enough powers in that law or in that act of the OSP. Obetimi edi ayejuma. One of other recommendations IMF here or if that office should focus on high-level corruption. High-level corruption. And the oye enunti the clear example of this the MPA matter, MPA case. And ubehu say Mustafa Hamid and 9 others. All the 9 others ni nyina no. Sebi Yosefa is the reason why is Ura Mustafa Hamid na debiani din that's our case in so because those cases are not high level. You can say it's corruption and corruption related offenses, but these are not high level corruption cases. And no, that is one of the recommendations. Or say improving case privatization and transparency. This is what the IMF is telling that office. To be transparent in the way they decide say enedie sifa inti sifa de ensabeka no fati de yenhwe sede beye no answer and enkrofo bebre accuse Owura Kisi Ajaben of, and I'm using Owura Kisi Ajaben because any on occupy ho the tussle between that office and Owura Martin Pebu. No, have you been reading what is happening between what's the communications and Fatine ni position ni
Samuel Dakona bezo kana
me pen position no answer na me pese me hu the position and san ma cancel. Say me contacted ne Friday no wama.
Now also my contacting about 15 times.
15 what times? 15 times? Owura Martin Pebu is saying say it was an unknown number. An unknown number and are sending no messages baby. How do you invite Obia when inviting no amanaba office or only no aye interactions so person o send inviting bi mu a wo the unknown number and sending the messages. Meanwhile you onipa na wo kan sa asem no we show messages of one wo chat all the time mo chat de bia. So if indeed say o person inviting no ba Friday a what stops you from wo say nipa na what this asem no betu dwa no of testing him because onipa ne chat de da. Te say wo Sefa me send you message na makofa unknown number na me dey send you message meanwhile every morning bia na enye de bia mpa every other day bia me no we exchange messages. That is what the IMF is saying. In fact, IMF Crampo is one of their recommendations is saying say we should clarify the mandate and the jurisdiction of the office of the special prosecutor. You see? And then no, yes, is a recommendation by the IMF. But Sefa what I'm saying is that Enunkwano stopped the office of the special prosecutor to do its work. And say the omo what we have sunk in there, that office, any the omo there's no value for money. And until me maka free last year, be me ho say, look, that office is not fit for purpose anymore. The entire trimupa ye this idea ne buy no. Ye Sefa catch me, but for ghost names at their office of the special prosecutor, they be high level corruption case ben and a OSP no. In fact,
but high level corruption case ben and a woho. GDA said the office of the special prosecutor has not attempted. Oh, I'm asking a question.
There are no high level corruption cases in this country.
High level corruption cases ben and ababe to ja as we speak. Akwakoto office of the special prosecutor ne punso. Why na adwene say nya de obi di akire.
Na onum say ne mra no OSP mra no kra no. Or say so timi ye assessment to even stop some of this corruption crimes and see.
Prevention is part of any mandate.
Yes. Oba why you be da?
The bill. Aba bibi sa aba beto nanim. Ya man hint bi sa. Eno aka na no atum say nya de opeso ye. Ana say ordinary session dem reform say Prince Ubapo akwa yim.
Ebia da ma bia ya call retirement.
Wabo modern ba be kan bi atrem.
Da ma bia.
Mabo modern akwa yinhwehwemu hunu say.
Ebia da ma bia.
Say na tenti mesi.
Da ma bia we will retire no. We will look back and we will come back to this discussion and say that office is not fit for purpose.
Enti enyende.
Let it go.
Ti kwame na be fa so abekontia corruption.
Now then other state agencies Iyoko omoye den.
So corruption cases ben Iyoko etimi solve.
You see the fact say o hwehwem e de akọ no enkyere say o ko solve bibi wo ho.
But I'm asking say corruption cases ben ene yenim say Iyoko etimi solve.
Oh na say na bebre wo court. Iyoko investigate bebre attorney general docket ne wo office of the attorney general mo de court. The National Service Authority the say wo court. Eno enye Iyoko ene hwe eno ye OSP na ye. Enye OSP na ye. It was a media platform ene ye. Omo de man Iyoko aye investigations. Ena asem no say wo court. The NSB asem no. One year investigations no. One a de asem no e wo court. Is it OSP and a year NSB case na enyon na year the MIIF Ura Professor Meyan Krufi and an Nkrofo asem no office of the special prosecutor.
Yango.
Bet me ato aso. Me dey say maka we asem a maka that we may sound to munchini because of IMF report on the buy. Clearly that office is not fit for purpose. And it's not because of Obi a oho ne and Obi a no oho dida. The point is that office, Sefah-Danquah, President Mahama collapse that office. Let everybody go home.
Okay. So
let everybody go home.
Proverbs 23. It is an honor for a man to keep aloof from strife.
Okay.
But every fool will be quarreling. Fire on Myrtle Hills. Tei Kwame and Yokwenya clan battle for control of lands. John Mahama's gold board magic delivers 90 tons and rakes in $9 billion. Jean Mensah, others face possible removal from office. Court orders rerun of Bandai parliamentary election, but MP files appeal. And also, Ewaha. Apostolic Church organizes blood donation, eye screening exercise to climax 75th anniversary. And also, Ewahanum. BOG signals possible policy easing as inflation falls faster than expected. Ghana on track to meeting 2030 SDG targets. Yanko, Nigeria. To provide intelligence support, defense equipment to Nigeria. Bibia Pepa until there is supposed to be somebody or something to provide intelligence support, defense equipment to Nigeria, presidency, and Eka. Abductions. Zamfara rules out school closure, introduces security measures. With the picture of Zamfara State Governor Dauda Lawal. Former Vice President Atiku officially joins ADC. And also Ewaha. Southwest governors hold security meeting in Ibadan. And also Ewaha. Anope Ufa the Chronicler. Ubetwenye bi na wakai. Ye moving ko front page to back page.
Be transparent, accountable in managing state resources. We a speaker and a wakachere a public servant. I say, hey, speaker say, mujumedi amudi no, mumfa peripere ye. Na abreni na se muye wiensu a, munhwe se de muye ye no, ade a ye de betu anim se de uye ye ni a wankasa, obetimi de wonsesi obo se ane wa na uye ye. We a speaker bagbin and no this and some way. Ato eye aban adwuma efu nyina ene omo edi dwuma edema omen ode ato omanim. Adopt ADR to hasten dispute resolution way CJ Mr. Justice Bafu Boni ene de sa ensem way atudwa Ghana to save over $127 million annually from extractions on raw rubber export into Canada Kwadwo rubber no ye besan abedi hu dwuma pa emre bi etwam de nanka ebo man papa ye tutu na jijemu ene doctor atofosin se ne de yani behwe ho ama ya benya sika pa. Health financing system risk collapse from NCD's burden we doctor entry ena odisa ensem we atudwa akọ page 11 ena abi hu sa and Semono. High Court adjourns case against Ken Ofuri Atta 7 others. And eno enso enono. Mabo we sued the police arrest Nigerian fugitive at Achim Wenchi. And wakwa wadibone and wakwa tana Achim Wenchi. Ya sone pechi pa. Miami niaba owo chibi ye freno ama techua ampedu ajiman eno yes a story we edema Ghanaian Times Miami nua bia nkasa eno yes a story we edema Ghanaian Times Nigeria ni bi odi bone na Kwadwo okohye Achim Wenchi se ho na MP na owo akutia na ofio ho okohye ho ene die police atetetete na kwiam Adia omo asonimu investigation of 20 Ghanaians in KONet scam ongoing. Foreign Affairs Minister Enodisa and Simwe Atudja slain immigration officer lay to rest in Tianonso and somewhere by Okaya immigration officer be akwadwo nipa bonifo bi ko jail tu edigu ni so no ono ena eni ye ka ne ho asemu yi okọ page 4 speaker advocate investment in parliamentary literature to enhance civic understanding kwadwo we ensem a waka no abre nyina wo se ye mra no bi kura ye pass no ye mfa nko ye kasa ahoro num no na ye mfa nkyirechire mu eno ene bema ye manfo no atiase US withdraws tariff on Ghana's cocoa we minister Samuel Oku Jeto Ablakwa ena odesa ensem we atudwa Ghana ranks 14th in international students studying in the US and good news pa good news eno ena yen semwa ekoso ene anopai nana what Nana Kredu didn't tell Ghanaians we feature obi abone kama pa ewa ha the all Kenyans what Nana Kredu didn't tell Ghanaians and so other stories call them out campaign launched in Accra. Okay, campaign dino and call them out and also 8,000 youth benefit from climate smart agriculture training and also and someone back page Ghanaian Times Achem Bosome Traditional Council President calls for peace and unity. Jospin Group empower journalists at COP30 and also Black Queens coach announces squad to face a England team and also Michelle happy online me say editor nkasa yes her story no massem into obey remember dia Blasters enye Andre Ayua and I said they are user onya hwe but we the Black Queens eba me kohwe no ono ankasa NYA on one publish there be or the Maobi onipa no crow publish no send delay man bu efu kakra but drop Salah Rooney tells slot ni nyina Liverpool and Sensema cause we Ghanaian Times ene anopay
yemfa Daily Graphic do bokrata no emfa emrewe na ensema hodo a eda do bokrata na nim EBA ene anopay no attaining food security, government ends seed import, farmers to get local varieties only from 2026. We and someone oswafo wono enhwe yekua esem so wode etudwa ewo accountability series enra ekoso na owura erikopoku wono eneye oswafo wono ehwe ekua yo ene enuane ensem so ejina simpie so na wo ka kire Ghana fo nyina wo kirim se ene aba yedidua enobaya hodo no sese yenkokra emfemfra mana ne biu yenya ye die mu a yayobi edie die no a no efri emfiempim bienu ne aduonu nsia ekro no ye behya ase ne ye die no edi eye dwuma ensem foforo emfiempim bienu ne aduonu nsia
2026 die hene ya
ese ne ye wa bru ha ye wa bene de kekeka ho wa yenya ne ayo Yoko Crop Research Institute. They have varieties. Yes. And CSIR for Penyufu be din koma. O matches we have varieties a bit me edria. I bit me a mine a bountiful yield. But the Kamia said the Biani a crep from on season from on the about on my Yantwas a dog. Osi ayama modini but utie doc mama watching and anopay. Prioritize your health. Exercise regularly. Chief of Staff to men. We Chief of Staff. Ora Julius the brother was hey Mrante.
Answer Nancy me who say koko places actually.
Yes. Oh who say koko. Oh no oko.
Oh sir. Oko. Say kaneno be na be bosumi anything atwamu ka every day one ko ba bi kura nya mienu ana me
oko
No, I need your office.
Oko.
Say the office more.
Sana uhuno.
Say the office more.
Okay. Sana uhuno dia de mami to aswe.
Sana mi hun there be what makan wo de hwe. Say office more.
Yo.
Opa pon a friend office. We won say e be kasa office.
Yo, we dey pon my friend.
And say office more pa.
Any MG Dialogue experts share mixed views on lifestyle audit law. And something that I've been preaching for. Lifestyle audit. And I'll continue to preach for it. Look, Miti hey. Misika enso a Mercedes Benz. But na me da Mercedes Benz.
Mercedes Benz angel.
Or the chamia, the person must declare. Go and declare say a gift. What you say? No a tia a home a toa a wohom. What you say? And son of the Adiana Barbecho. But how many of us near Quaco Chadia Kukutia a gift?
The point is that the fact say we see cancel Mercedes Benz and then say, and I will be the Awadan for Diana Uchibi on that Mercedes Benz.
The thing is in your name, was it Ade Wadan for Diana Uchibi? The thing is registered in your name, was Wadan for Dia.
Sefah-Danquah, Oti Heya, bet me a sorrow, be befro at Mercedes Benz at the amount.
Into better Mercedes Benz, Amamiana.
Could you? Maybe a queer Mercedes Benz.
Okay.
Met Tom win. There ain't been up than let's see all the back. GB the amano on the cars a Kasianope. Kakrakanope, GB the amano.
Okay.
Just that men fa papers name and no cotton. Toka crown can anything be one no cotton. Men fa papers name and cheap papers in what will be BSC aframe. But the papers never come home.
Then they think how you can is I think
cheap papers in home.
They didn't catch can is what prequel.
Missy can papers in a woman who be ba a woodin be ba me the beba. Neabe and I made a man or kucha, there be.
Young Koi. Now, inside Africa, 50 children escaped from abductors in Nigeria. Katifetosu inum el Daily Graphic, the Democrat, and Mufabit Mihunu. Now, when you be a her partner parliament to reverse declining public trust in democracy governance. Speaker urges media. Nimum. Etobia Monsan can be Musunimu Mubambia more than a dino. And yen and I am not trusting in Koso. Say no, and Cananka Bibian with the fire so. My dear ma a month for no more to me who dear cause we need Bibia da baya Bibia dam pine to be any crutch we say to me who will be. In Tiene, Untimin Cocansan from Fan Truby, or bread before Francie, or my ship of Intiania Musumu, and mobile amo, and may diayo, a year to drag in a toa, a mamuno. Munyan ye, Ghana for Bia Behunu, and who hear media, see a bit me a bois, na ya may who here. Say we see it me G a year, Kabamikabi Amamun Idi. 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, and it made this a say me home come because and they that be an amphis a rapper for this able crowd beba. Oh dear. Learn from Ghana's management of economic crisis. A year President Mahama to African countries. Do not try rape, defilement cases in palaces. Justice Angelina Mensah Homia to chiefs. I am from Misramo. We are foot near their come. So Akodebi, Obehena, Peninibi, Aqua Fefino, Yankawa him fee, Yan Fan Combra, Sanse Embra, Ewoho. Aye. The church remains the voice of the vulnerable doctor, Reverend Dr. Odonko, and the same year to Ghana enters era of price stability, BOG governor, and the same way at to Ejaway. Any and some who do be able to Daily Graphic, the Obocratano, and I don't pay a bit me now. What can
Yenfa the new finder and to us so gold board and as a gold holds above $4,060 as traders await key U.S. economic data. Financial experts urge a stronger push for value-added export. Ghana to earn extra $60 million annually as U.S. lifts 15% tariff on cocoa export. IFC World Bank says Ghana can revive capital market growth. We a year the new finder.
Me pacho yenfa the informer and twaso banner headline Akando caught pants down as light wave set record straight on healthcare data. Because you say me see asemi me nka bi promise. Promise I'm a demand me di super. There have been a lot of temptations, but me di sabo channel. I'm sharing so papa is answer me di me sheba me di super. I am MIIF fuel theft cases on course. OSP declares entiano enso enono Kwadwo Sefah-Danquah ne OSP. Government accused of legalizing galamsey through gold board. We Professor Stephen Adai and a desa and some way video be any who saw Canadian Crawford abo so papa. Hey, ukore video no asia comment no jai. Any ono so no so thick skin until the obey any biano emfa ho. Niamos lacks capacity to fight galamsey we environmentalist be eka say ensemu 500 million SML GRA contract kisi ejaben stored for chasing ofuri. Ganasco at 65. Mahama promises facelift for Ama Mata and also a school. Omampeni His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Ekoye NNA almost 65 years no copy more no cut sword cra construction of modern air sports facility and also then amuhia ha me mabai bibia amuhia bia monfen komo nanka president we kra nkansana president be kokra nanka omayi bibia omode be hye ne nunyam kra ewo ho president akate sword say ultra modern air sports facility yensi enfema Ganasco eno eye omo 65th anniversary omo die na informal so e de aba anopei owura kisi ejaben fatise me enkanasem enti no this week
Fatin kasem enkanasem Fati has never said sem enkanasem
Fatise asem no o kana opea obeka bi onka bi a eno nkyereze de o kana o say menka
there be but it doesn't also mean say asem a o kana onka asem menka anambo
na se mpo de o kasa menka o ma menka o meka
okay yen to aso and ye to aso yemfa the overseer the obokrata no yemfa emun 70 bi informative phone iPhone na no pe okechuku na no pe ma memfa nche kese emfa nkonkoma na yes
how as special prosecutor obeka so onipa no mihu se na okọ wafsesa ne bag abi bibo na chi kutakuta twi dimrika eko airport me catch security for omo mfie me. How can you say this, Sefah? And musimi enka ho asem
newspaper headline here deba
blatant falsehood
ma memfa newspaper headline no emra
ai
the overseer the obokrata no ena da manim ha okechuku good morning. Ghana to build 1,200 megawatt state-owned power plant. Dr. Kesela took force in seminal Elkratifeto so miensa. Inti ene babisiu enyina mahoden if ye kese pa ne babisi. Nani yesi anaje se enyina mahoden de beba ne de aka wo man energy mix no ho no 1,200 megawatt na je yakọ anim ye papa yi kra ne beso yam yetimi anya bi e de am won mu a wo mu wo emfidijuma ne yenya bi e de akwa no ne akwa akoton. Ghana to introduce blockchain gold traceability system by 2026. Ura Sami Jamfi enene wode ensem akwa akotudwa a wo kire mu se emfiempi mienu ene aduonu nsia no de yenhwe animu na Ghana ede abefo akwan ahodo a enei gold ahodo no nyina no babia nam nyina na efiri oman Ghana mu no yebetimi ehunu sanhye no emfiempi mienu ne aduonu nsia yebetimi ede adi dwuma e wo man mu. MOGCSP commemorates 2025 World Children's Day with 7 National Children's Parliament sitting. Ntiene na wotwetwa mu no na eye nkwadada yedi ye nti eye MOGCSP wo mo bomoden ane nkwada emra hye bedwa dwumadie baako nson no de hye so ma nkoda no etumi ekire eye won adwene e won nsem ahodo ho. Ghana to launch food brigade, enroll 10,000 youth in national service for agriculture. Eno edaha. Coming up, student laptops contract, how KA Technologies failed to meet its obligations. Asemi enra ofrefo baako ofreye e odwumadi ni so ebisa se eye sa tablet e dia mankwada no yesi womo emfantena eye sukuu mu anase womo betimi e dia kofie. Agric Minister announces 154 million euro investment by government of Italy to transform large-scale commercial agriculture in Ghana. We any the overseer and some who do a woman na no pay 25th of November e benada ofa betimi enyebi na wakenkan.
The Catalyst, Sami Jenfi steals the show at Dubai Precious Metals Conference as he outlines future of Ghanaian gold industry. By-election scare hits NPP. High Court nullifies Bandai election, orders rerun. Ghana's rent crisis is a manufactured disaster and ordinary people are paying the price. And also ewaha. We a story so far the Catalyst anopea ubenye bi akai.
Me pacho yenfa the hawk and anopay. 20,000 people fighting HIV/AIDS in Bono region. Kwadwo yesu kopiemu ewo Bono a 20,000 people ene omoku tia eye HIV na afi AIDS. Asemu asempa kwadwo ase nansen awareness ni ade no asa ba fomu ana kane no kra se ne ye ambassadors a omoka nsemu ye intensify unipa no na ono sese onye oni hobi mo ho openia na order
is commissioner
is commission agesi ehwe na ye ni omo sanse bono 20,000. Wow. The NDC holds dollar at 12. Where are the MPP men? Firi Natoshi hit back at party critics, refuses to be scapegoat. No, Natoshi. Any Nensemo Akokika Kano, and any on party for a TSC ni super and almost a share. Now, Okrano, DC is almost a share. Now, Okrano, common fund administrator. Chia. They are nyina because of Wunti. Ena yanye eneni ono so asan tiesi echiri bi mu te no no sese yamunga mu o de ba o de bi sipa boot for boot Ghana Enterprises Agency boss poor book keeping is crippling promising SMEs openia ono eneda Ghana Enterprise Agency ano eno se kwadwo enyuma nketwa no obekọ omasoye oba akọhwe omo books eni said omo keep omo records ejuma omo di no bi ho a enye kra eno ena eku omo ebi eno ena ema bibiri na omo adwuma no entimi enko anim said omo pese omo ye no enti oba be yen hihye said be ya asa na ema ni nyina omo de beboa omo a omo abiebi omo nyuma nketwa no na omo etimi aye ne ema yi we de asem the pa sorry accuses afenyo marking of exploiting minority for personal gain. I say I mean the uye nyina wa unuaba mami kra ne papa free mu uye ugina mu ye ya enti the uye odi minority ye wa personal gain eno na wo de ye okoye interview eno de sansem we lawyer Thaddeus sorry wansem ena making Eric Opoku knocks down MMDC's 35k Ghana cedi pay rise claim we Agric Minister ena odesa ansem was me pamucho the mo kike kano enye ne nokre ena mo kano.
But he's not the best person to actually respond to this.
So information.
Debbie, he's not but information. He's not.
Information.
He's not the sector minister.
but our information.
The point is that he's not a sector minister.
But you
information.
Information.
You cannot crisscross into somebody's ministry and be giving us information.
Oh, Sefah.
They
all sit in cabinet. They all sit in cabinet.
What authority and as what right do I have to go and speak about something that is happening on YFM? There are structures that are there.
Oh, but say
there are structures.
Committee, there's a information.
And only a different meeting.
Shared across.
That meeting is confidential. That meeting is confidential. That meeting is confidential. I was expecting I was expecting the local government minister to come out because on the MMDCs ni national meboa. And as we speak now, a lot of the MMDCs, are receiving calls upon calls because the thinking is that you have two salary mudia and you have disposable. What you say? It is putting MMDCs in a shade that enye. So I was expecting the local government minister. Miami Nipa. Amra Bonte. All right, Ahmed Ibrahim. Amra Bonte may dispute the claims that are being made or the claims that are already in the public domain. But as we speak now, we don't need an agric minister to come and tell us that.
Sefah, ya two PM nice, Osi and 2 more. Senior, one now Kujoma, Usi Kanson.
Yankwe, the Ghanaian eye, Ghana ni, and a demanimway. Tianye, Yanfia Ghana near, dear womb. Over Ghana near, Ghana's Apex Court rules in favor of Heath Goldfields Limited of Abogoso Prestia mine and no Edaha. Na Ade. Ebadabe. Yankwe. Chairman Azidin Ketia commended for leading Keta Port project and others. And no Edaha. Ghanaians commend IGP Yohono for enhanced security ahead of Christmas. And no Ewaha. Mohammed's gold board is revolutionizing Ghana's gold industry. And no Edaha. And in Samahudin Bia Bomodia, if the Ghanaian idol, but Kratano, and now the payer bet me a woman na working kind. Rabbi for the Cheboli. You any end to us.
The New Republic, Yemfa and Twaso, Kojumpacho, Sa Keta Port as a Mia Dumochana, Messemeka, Bibika Crabi. Why?
Bibi,
Miss Ochana, miracle. Now to she ignite MPP civil war in the end. Was so japa papa and a DSC a year MPP mua and akoye and tokwa ano din pa Primpag backs Mohammed's media fund revival. We a president and say president when
who president for Primpag.
Mia kasa minia
David Sichope Tamaklo David Sichope Tamaklo.
Meti sicho nkache pa na nidia be shema no operators trial in limbo. SML demands probe into OSP's mismanagement case intiano and so enono Erico Poku's irrigation drive revives Ekufuado flops. PAG demands 85% stake in lithium, urge Parliament to reject deal and so share 85% saying. Could you 85%? Now I had 85%.
Serbia will be taking it. Will be taking over.
Ni take you over. You bet me there. But could you ba new newspaper benti say your boss now more 80 years who say fufro asamba the spider.
Okay.
The spider. Abba, yes. The spider Abba.
The spider.
Yes. Okay. Build the media fund right and fast. Primpag to government. We David Tamaklo on president. Edema Primpag and all can't sa and some was in Tentemwa. I remain the MP for Pandai. Nindam declares as MPP files stay of execution has to Court of Appeal and Nura Semono Tamale High Court a share a rerun of the seat na Ura Nindam Etesono and Oseme 3,734 and I'm a chini mukra enti we de court na ye no onim de oka oko appeal court of appeal akoka nensem ewo ho fresh political storm. NDC chair dragged into conflict of interest scandal at Lands Commission. We the air cost Bagman sounds alarm on public distrust, calls for new accountability compact. Global partners back Ghana's agri reforms as EU donate 150,000 checks into way Nkoko to support the Nkoko Nketi way the new kid on the blog, the spider Fati Emosono on Peso Obebo the spider. So
from the spider to the inquisitor, cause the spider is inquiring. Until as the spider is inquiring in the acquisition of WCTP2 in Stepper Backs Springfield and no historic Ghana vice chairs 2026 chairs 2027 of the Kimberley process and no GRA Partners Media for Public Education Ora Anthony Kwesi Sapon, Commissioner General of the Ghana Revenue Authority and Infuni Edaha. OSP signals breakthrough in MIIF other investigations. We and in Smahodofa. The Inquisitor the Bokrata now of between whom Wakenkai. A brasso say your Konya for social media trends. Edibret for live and happy 98.9 FM. We know a new Prince. I requested for the office of the special prosecutor. And you need Patogana for Munyama Munti.
It's too late to say that you are sorry. After you broken my heart, when I needed you to satisfy my soul, you turn your back and said,
Emerson say beko social media na yakofa dia etwegu ewo honom no so ebi ede abrel na no pe dia ye hyase dia na ye de animgu asesempa na e hyase ye animgu asesem kyerese untumi entina wo fie enye bola enfengu ade mu entina ho entwen ewo abra ne bola ya azofue omabu ewo krom sika sen obi kura oma ne 3 cedis oje obola 2 cedis oje obola na wo de wo se da bi unfra unyusu bola ya zo na emom wo de obola no ebesi wo na nsuo to a na wo hu se flooding ba na wo de obola no egu nsuo no mu se enko hefa like nsuo bola na wo de egu nsuo no mu na nsuo no flow no wo feel se nsuo no flow e ba akodu hin na obola no afa hin na ya chi nkrofo mienu bi enye say police achi omo ye hu omo video so omo trend sesi a so omo say nsem money no mbedi sesi a de omo trend pa enre ya nsuo ye to ye ai ena omo se omo bola ena ene omo dugu nsuo no ba akopo de ohwie bola and then make say enre ya it means the recent water the recent rain. Enti no oma form bola eno mo hwie egu nsuo no mu a ɛkɔ uhu gata nipa na no twa video no etwa aye na gata ni say no bottles rubber ehuri wom saa enti no se bola ne kwa kodu bebi a aye bebre na afa ntumi nkobie ma na ekosi bebi anka nsuo no befa no akwa akosi honom no na nsuo no enya nkobiem na aba wonso wufie ya wugina anim ya wuhwe bola yi eba befa na say ho nsuo ko nte na omode ahweegu sacks mu ede aye defense ewo ho no enti dia wuye eno ana kofa asasem ne baa ya ene wo de eye enuoma egu sack mu esa wodi si kwan se nsuo no ebefro aba be hye odem no eye dan ya bedu dem because one na kofa baa na comment aba no eni Obed, see, you see, in Ghana, we are our own enemies. This woman will sit down and blame the government of bad management of the country, whereas she is the main country mismanager. Chef, say, they will be the first people to complain about everything regarding the government. Taylor said, backstop boys, please arrest them for all of us. Afrani say, until we enforce our laws, we cannot be safe. Efia say, they need to go to that area and teach them something. Sasso and Mary say, they cry the loudest about this government, that when there are floods, it is not a we problem, it's the problem with some Ghanaians and other residents that affect the rest. Nana Chere say some people will be on the street protesting. Sasso and Theresa, I say 2 people. Hey, why are they doing that? And Tisa and a comment no etie ye movie na yenko a year your second trend in this way. And ye I just say oba ebebo emayen. The aba and say ye who Sefah role model. Ewa hanoma sisi ane die. Sefah bra peso obono ye who bi. The aba and say mami bi ene nikunu o say sisi ade nikunu no we free mu kakra. Na mom before obe free mu ne die. Omutumi ewo ye baako 20. O say ode boss wa nafa. Ode boss wa nafa. Ode boss wa nafa. O si oye de obeye bia family plan o si wa ye bi. Em say akola ba no kuta pills no. O si ma na wona me ba wo de pills wo di be si me kwan mi ni. Mo de muntie ma me na se me wa wo baako 20. Enti ye ba no nka ye twa ne bedudwan a ye betwa ne twice. Muntie de okan.
PFM 98.9.
Asumdwemu bibia nsi ti one day no kofu moto na moto de ni ebofo e fen say be last this year we are January we are fata ma won kwala we a month okay we mo December 25th December until January ni mo na accident ni esi ye ma sisi we jan kwala 20 aguwa wewu
sisi amami bisa wo for now no nkola no sign no musi bae mo na mo tena se mo wo dodo sa ana ata na papa no sika wo ho ana de ni sign ni sika bae nkola ne ba bebe
sika ni ho sa sika ni ho but ye din ade chia ade ba chia san de ni edidi
enti sisi nkola 20 no e ba kimi mu se mo na mo ye mo adwen se ye wo bebre ana kwa ben so ne fai
ya adwen se wo bebre na so oni be matia wontumi mfa wo ho ye de
Happy FM 98.9.
6 months kwa na manyin akwa na chi me ya fa me plan ni kula manyin
o try say o stop
ni ma ye 10 years 3 months endura matoto amanum nini na nkosiaga nini na manu meduro no kula be wi kula na manyin
Happy FM 98.9.
na ma wo no
etime ba
enti no so wa wo TV o se onum eduro no kra na obehu an se weni nsen na owo kra na o ma ne benufu o ye bibia 6 months pen na ba kusu dem ena sisia no akwa opim 20 ape ena unfortunately so eja nikuna onene wo ho no nso we free mu asisia no enkwala ni nyina abebo ne so a edin na all kano enosi o na mom ne kunu ti ase ne de still na eden de na nso den a ba enwumre de ombe podwe comment e ba no eni Stephen Amwako as a beautiful children. Abraham say looking at her, she still has plenty kids in her womb. Willie say, oh dear, they are all trying the main kind. Gideon say, it shock you giving birth without plan. Patricia say 20. Hey, how? Nana Kwesi say, why do you have to punish yourself with such kids? Best advice go to the family of the man because if anything at all, the family will come and say something. Kofi Nete say what happening to family planning. So Charlie will say family planning or you cry. And then the system no nje. Intino. Or you cry still. On him. Linda Come say I would have died 100 times if I were the husband. Abba. We are diabola na. Hey, also we are dadabu. Hey. Double. So Anna Abiodun essay. She said the husband was not always around and they have 20 children. Imagine if he was always around. The children would have been 200. Gloria, I say 20 kids. Hey, Bakupempo, I know they see top. Richard say, and they look so beautiful. Wow, I have 2 girls. The third one for whom cry, I dey fight myself, boy. Let's help her. Why? Alex say, very likely that if the man hadn't died, they would have born more. And sir, and a comment, etie. Ewo hono ma sisi ade nkwalai nyina abo mami so wawo bako 20 sisi a ebe ni den hey in this economy asemo yeah 20 enya sefa future na yabo akere no ewo honom no yemfa abi nso enka ho na obi awu 20 yi na obi nso ne de baako ba eneja Otisa nyoma egu kam ne ho pre no chese be ma ne yem hyehye na ama onim de ekoso Otisa nyoma ne gu ka ne mu wie ye no ne yire gina bonten a weso nefumu a eja oye wo labor pains oje aw o be ma ne onim ba bi onenam kra wa no tene kam na otue no ja apemfo na awo aka ne nti a odi mirika no ja na bonten ai eno tu ka no ekoye na comment e ba he no eni Naomi says, so did he deliver a boy or a girl since he's the one going to the hospital? Princess say, should I say responsible husband? So and she, Samira, say, she forgot her pain out of the disappointment. Native man say, and the dog ran to inform him about the mistake. I know Mukrama didn't. She said, da, ma wow. Zahid, see, he intentionally left his wife. Otherwise, why did he take the suitcase from her? Saso and Lalit, I say he was more nervous than the lady. Lovelock, I say, what happened next? Barton, I say, baby, don't panic. Dad, David, I said, this is called real love. Crab said, dog be like, hey, man, wait, you left the main one. Petra say, I wonder how far he got before realizing he was alone in the car. And Tisa, and sa comment no so etia ye de bro yemfa ye final one no enka ho Bernabebo ema etifo so enye bi entie yenya occupation ba ko bi omo say abrante bi na adwuma ya ne so oka banku oka kokonte wo prison ema prisoners no na omo mwere muntie mo amutie mutie radio no
Happy FM 98.9
credentials ye wia na wako Facebook nso no wako akohwe video ni bi ewo honom
omo no duru ba bia no
Happy FM 98.9
ewo abetie no so tie na we get a machine at any over we gina so a steering power we no wanye obi an intini mo deni a aduane be de dem be bobo apo ama prisoners na die mo yematu to mo hia be ma ba omo so bobo adwuma we say be 18 years ni unse oya wot michia no se de otia hwe no se ode nu ase eyipie chia chani tumi woso ansa na apone mo nyina asane ono na otumi eka konkonte abetie no obewie na afia sosei Ababa akokra nim ti prisoners no enya ne mpo. Say that one made you man, ya no be and obedidi. Because we no aya udia echredin, on say be wa omon twinche, and our faso ya omamu pidodo to take kakra bi betia man odi obemain, and ye Eurobi say bi no die. But ne die nkro mo pino so unya aba wo da, the boys ne die omo say we no so much me protect no. Magana ne kakron so ye dia bo mine ni
Happy FM 98.9.
Wote wo wasum no eno no abetie mu can say expect otumika abetie ababa akokra anim abetie no so no omudi sija so a no mo eyi si fom na afi no mafre okobrane na waba bedandan no ama bibia aye kama na eno ena omo kire say na edwuma oye ma eye a prison for enti no omo feeling ye papa na comment e ba no enie na ada na comment ni nyina ada ni twi comment e ba no enie tia na si kokonte eni emu adane enya asem keto akra sa so ena kidisi code kra sesen the nurse say Mr. Code you are too much. Sasso and Stallone, he says the day he doesn't come to work, prisoners don't feel like eating. Miss Jemima say he holds a PhD in stereology. I hate IG say if you want to be happy in life, get high and listen to Code Mickey. I almost die. Sasso and Naji essay, the Kokonte driver on the highway. One big essay, he studied cocontology. And ERK say, I'm waiting for someone to type all he said. Iman Garment say, contestic antics. And tisa, and a comment, niti a oko Facebook Happy 98.9 FM, ubehu video no, ewo honum, na comment a wonso wano, wait me, eja wo honum, edi amaye. Aha, and a social media trends, no, ebesi anope.
Ejuma ebese the intersection between Gen Z and baby any millennials intersection no mezo ko ese adwuma ni bi edima ye please for na e wo be kan wi na em zo mfi nyina ye o kokonte na o kokonte bebre ya o kan
kokonte a wono won matu pe mu di wo fie
kokonte ya o kan
kokonte bebre ya o kan
obetimi aka
emusu epi say we nye fufu a wugina so awo kokonte a ye twi na tan tan crowd dey
metimi aka
yen kan banku
de o chene na basa
ana kokonte ne banku de na ne kan de
kokonte
dabi
kokonte
oh ha
kokonte na ne kan de ne
la pewa kokonte la pewa
oji echi ni mo wan degeta afo no wan oji echi ni a mo ma yemfa no nkonto ba na ewo
yes
na ne onkoka kokonte no
obetimi aka kokonte
na yemfa nkire obia no hwe bi
kokonte ne yeka
face the wall la pewa
yes
ayefa na woka asa kokonte
last time I can be that way
fa na woka asa
last time I can kokonte that way
it's not like now my mayor choba. It's not like uko ye edwuma wo choba. Fa na woka asa kokonte
se menye edwuma wo choba menye edwuma wo choba
why edwuma wo choba ko kan kokonte
ko ha choko buzama se
last time I can kokonte that way
obo amemfi
sometime 204 ache but makakoko but the point is that makakokunte ebia enu silver we there but makakokunta kokunte bebre safe ani ye ton ye tete akoton da kokunte se from aye niema o hwe wo humi sa no o de wo hwe mo de mo breso aju o
kokunte no nipa na abasa o de ka kokunte na no
abasa de emfa ho hwe
yo
abasa wo nim de metimi de pagya
obi sending me message say let Prince drive the kokunte for the mass wedding.
Yeah. Mass wedding.
Yeah, kokunte ho yensemo. Me ba cho. Buffet papa yensemo kokunte ho.
Yeah, nye kokunte. Krofo kokunte do la pewa. She.
Enka we dey nanga ujina so. ya patent bi e dey see so ya pe fan
me katetepa
ya pe fans be me nse bi atwa ho ahia e ne ugina ho na ebo na wo kan ebo na wo
me kan papa
anyway happy 98.9 FM now go so no but the phenomenon of the woman giving birth to about 20 children, don't say Nwana Mekacho say there was an article that I read about another woman in Congo, and also she's getting close to about 50 years. So I'll be almost 53.
Hey, now why?
Yes.
Hey, I don't need one no shall say so.
It's strange. Or what to the boy and grandpa and Tafo. Ntasana Bakobe from Tafo, Ntasana Bakobe from Tafo.
Do you know how childbirth can weaken you? And I was 50.
Is it 51 and 50?
Apart from that, no. Apart
and then
apart from the birthing itself, no. Apart from carrying the pregnancy, no. They were not complaining back then.
Because
and obi betimi aka kire obi say me wo ba ko a it will take 5 years and sana my body to recover.
Oh, so you're talking about
what were some of the reasons in here amount for who bebre?
Ono no si wo.
You have no idea.
Ono no si wo pema e na wo. Mumre isu an nei.
That time no even
makofa bibia ba say owu a say obody ni healia ansa.
How to space children no. Na enye easy. Say nese ubeko hospital na wakoye say no wakoye say no mu use tactics ebi mu so use ebibidro wo hwa ebetumi space wo mbemu amomo. There are people and naturally no as they are breastfeeding no they will never get pregnant.
Yeah.
Obi breastfeeding
they'll get pregnant. Yes.
And then there are people like this woman too or the boss were anafa. That does not mean say they didn't have any problem with the fact that
but this woman, she's 20, she's not weakened. Look, she said the way. Look at no, ebia enkwala na ebia said esika so hwe mo ba na ho den so nteye
dede
metini nyina ase
o dware nkwala yi o yese
ni nyina wo ho ni nyina but bibia nkire say wa 20 nti wa weekend ti said there asa oni pa ote anya na ehuni anya abawe na ti we
ote ho no hu
na se bibia say wa week e mo mre so ana mo se mo de mo wu bebra na week mu e na hu hia 2 years 3 years ansa na body no fully recovered mo ana mu ni
that is science
and we na we dey awo no on the science no dey wo mo na bi ni mu
what I'm trying to say is that no say onyima owo 6 months by 6 months minimum be cry wa won enkola the same year.
Yes.
Baku year January.
Yes.
And baku year December.
Yes.
Of the same year.
Yes.
Hwenye no bibia no hwenye no mimi nya ya ka January December na me by science na okan no say me enyem ngo.
Exactly.
So science so you can't also ask me say
you cannot argue with that.
It's
like if a man comes to tell me that release sperm there is some pain in it, then I'll come and argue that enya no cry because minimobia or release sperms by heart. No.
But that's
what I'm saying.
Yes. So people
do you know what we go through to produce the sperm?
To produce the sperms.
Minimobia go through shey.
So
releasing crowns at 20 children abim. Ebi crown fa. Until we release hwe anya no. Then a womb. I'm throwing back your argument.
But you look, do you unim the come to even generate the releasing, even to keep it strong.
Fati, Mema, good morning. Why? Good morning. Good morning. Why? Me da sepa.
Ba sepa. Yen kan say omumre isu an o ma say awoye hu.
Mumre isu an ma say mu complain say
awo enye hu
awo enye hu
obi
ba awo enye hu obi ba o say awo enye hu wow you want to argue for
argue for no reason how
who say awo enye
hu
I see
babia ya babedru no de awo ehu ye Ghana for frɛ omo frɛ enga so bia frɛ misrɛ you want to be a part of the conversation when you to was here
obi a omo from who 20
Sefa me
it's rather unfortunate and sad that the man is no more
and that's the part
or try the formula
Sefa me so wo mamu nsia
okay
nsia no tie 6 ene o keka ko 80 years ujina ne na so pa
o ma me wo han
me so
o so o mamu eye ensia
sisi kwatwa o wu nsia
sisi kwatwa me ma me wo han I think so 10
awu ojina so that so tia
my mother is like 83 years and she works, she does whatever it is that she
wants. Uncle ni baby.
What you na na make no hanse ma kire party.
Uncle ma de bia.
Oh no.
That time no duane ye di no enye nde duane.
Of course, and then do betimi aka.
Makeup is not the same as now. I'm not talking about makeup as in makeup. I'm talking about a makeup.
Yes.
Bosio like not the same.
Akwano.
Exactly.
And such rabam.
Then answer.
But
when you are no di ni de keka o change hormones in the account. No, award in easy. Award in easy. Say, oh, my memfa, what will in you attempt that? You will not understand it. What is it? Award in easy. Timika Josu Tika Kraka. Oh, mia be namiansa. Ansana over. And I just say, she's telling you indirectly, say, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. And there.
But omu 10, she anyomu.
But Sabrina is different too.
Me say Ebia omo because they have no choice.
Sabrina is different.
You see, there is some video Ebia
trend there. We say omo because they have no choice. Onipa no person 10.
No. She is speaking it from the cultural perspective. Say, as of that time, the right of a mass will be decided. Say me pimie no anasa me pimie nsano. Ne ni ho. What you say? Sabrina say ona nakokofa ababa wana ne betina. One of the foremost priority yes will be to me ayo and they say obitimi awodiama eye onana and so as many as possible be onana bitimi amana nyimbia no e wo say oba ne timi o in these times ene masesa say only oyere kra akwa before ansa na ware ne beba no modi kan hia ato wo say enkoda na mbe wo no kra no enya de wo so mo bro enan anasa enya de wo so mo bro eye miensa so we know there is a consensus. Meanwhile, Sabrina na ye ma menom ne nananom ewu edu ene edunum ne edu miensa ne dunsia no. Sabrina, there wasn't anything like a consensus. You were just a receiver, and every time you bring receive biano, also makoda neba. What you say?
Sefa. Ade me tio minimobi nso a minimobi a de ye kan Sabrina mu a o decide say onumienu pe no be wo. O wu mienu no.
O decide say mienu pe no be.
Pe no be wo sa mienu no.
Be ye be no.
O ebi wo me fie o. Me ka me so amo. Ono decide say obe wo mienu, o wo mienu.
Na me bi say ye be no.
No.
Asama e kan na say me di nchin e che. O decide say obe wo mienu, o wo mienu obi na chiri ba say on de obe wo nsia, o wo nsia.
Okay.
Enti sade na say time no so no mo so wo mo choice o. They could also decide.
Me bi say brebe no no. Ebia oka afia pem ahankron emfa ne se efiri eduosun eba ne dia fine sabre no na ye mamma akwanya nkakra ba me ka sabra ye wo bi ti se me maame e maame na konkrum akokọ ware ma ba bi num o se no wenfa akwa ware ase de be ma ne be kana na wofa
na wari num na wo du num asenya hwe
da bi wa ngudu num hono wo be 36 osai
na num obi awo 10 kra esen
Ghana for ye ntwe homba go na aka
that kra no
enye 50
ubenya obi a obeka say make kra wo 5 intimi so me wo 5
yes
challenge e ma wo na ma ye onti challenge no She na de anya ke ko ho challenge.
Ene o be sha man for Yoruba.
Ti se nka ne se. Ene se no. Sefah-Danquah o se wuti yi. Wa jimiensa o si obi ama me 10. Enye 30. Wu a uni manuonyam e bebo wa yi ase.
But in our times, see
that the room by the that room by the nyina me hu omo me so mo ye 11.
Me ba. 11 so.
Oh, Sefah.
And my musa
by different women in here. No, that's not what we are talking
ideally,
about.
my musa can afford say ideally. Say enka owu ideally taking into consideration a year context from the last 10 years and I say 20 years. Every sabreya ka ideally pa. Yenyi sikasem ni school sem bia fio. Ideally ka owa
mu nko school obi odi
on
omba
ka hena be.
Odi omba ko mo.
Ahena nka be.
Oh, me dey say minya say
we say me hwe na
obi be wa ma
na obe wo be ten we
I anka men dey 10
0551 0555 65727 dey kwa good morning we didn't be afrefi unya ya nka he na abewo hello unya ya he na nka abewo ontimi anyina se yanko ha ma chi we didn't be afrefi. Hey, hello, Martin. We didn't be afraid. Yanko hi, Martin. We didn't be afraid.
Hello,
Martin. We didn't be afraid.
Where you eat? Ekasha kita buralaji. Ninchiamo. Ene enkomovia a mudia na pawi. Dana nkwani ya jin embadu wa wasiyewo. Iminya kama 50.
Ade, mala midi ade.
But enam Ghana sitnenti. Enam Ghana sitnenti. Obiye wa na osuru. Abruchi amanfo wa yechi omoka echi ankola aka no. Ghana je obe wa na de na jini.
Dinka o 50 na nka ban hwe o ma 50 ni mfa ma o. Yinti aka.
Yes, human resource. Enama China and then o dominate the whole world. Anambwa.
Nti o de onya ya 50 na nka be o.
Minya 50 aka be 50.
Okay.
And so Ghana sitna ba kono kra yes human rights kra to.
Me se endi asitna no yi suku ko ne keka ho nyina no. Ideally unya ya nka be 50. Sana patre.
Yes.
Okay. Mala midi ma me na wase. Yanko ha machi udi ni ba bia frefie.
Sefah.
Yes sir.
Obawo.
Obalogo ligi lege.
Party better say Obalogo ligi lege. Bacho, Michiano, any friends, Michiamo. Oh, media na, sorry, not I'm the same papa. But now who want to know how to come so it's not media.
Oh papa wa he.
Oh 7.
And I wo sesi a wa he.
No what 3.
Sesi an me say yi suku ni ahoode ni bibia fa free mu. Unya ya nka be wa he.
Number 7.
7. Ono papa be ko draw mboa.
Of course, yes.
Ndi sesi ade na esi kwan.
Please work yourself.
Yeah, near Uliko. Yanko, Martin, we didn't be afraid.
Morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, what to say?
Oh, by the other Roma.
Remember, I'm a Fatima kind of cry. And man, before Bagas or Bawalano. No, Bruno, it's okay to born about what telling Pound to me.
Oh, sir.
So, maybe your mammy, the Panta from 12.
Oh, Mamma, why?
12.
And I want to say, ideally, Unya Yanka be wine.
Me,
is this your Maya?
Yes, I'm more 5.
Oh, 5. And the hand I be walk home.
Oh, me, I'm touching from my own papa who touching to me.
Do you know Papa about draw home?
I'm from my channel.
Again, you like father, like some. I mean, I was here. Yanko, my children never be afraid. We a bright near about so can bright mean to you.
I was so kind for each year. Now, I was with oh, my friend.
Mano, open so who do me wo. Shami kuku makaka na no football team.
Ena ono I would fight you so what me.
Ono so akaka no de need aba be come team no ho.
Maybe me wo for.
Obe for. Sesi anu awa he.
Me want 2 team nya 2 no.
E dey na su kwan with the other 2 no.
Me pe ma mienu.
aka mbema tu ena me wo nti me pemba mienu a metimi atwe man so won nyame
Bright. Good morning. Bye bye. Bright yankwa Martin udini ba bia frefi. Michael Klagon, Michael Bajo mientie. Unya yanka be wa he. Obe o 3, adentina be o 3. Adentina o decide so be o 3. Tana pen di entia na pen se entina be so o 3. Ena mi si di entina pen sa, ntiremu ni de he.
Me na me pen sa.
E bi so ntimi nka se wa na pen sa ke Michael o bro ni ntiremu bia na so nyina so bia.
Because me na e do so me papa o ma 11. Inti my hair say we shall do so in there. Me so be the baby be ka wa be that because
na say yes nam dodo ho nsem kwan Michael dey ansem na kan
na no me ko me grandmother ye me papa ma me o 18 the nana no me 127
na on penisa
abuja me be say
na da abuja no na hwe Michael abuja no na hwe
I would do say the vow would be no what 3 I am so alright.
Michael ko yankwa Martin ni ba bia frefie. Yes sir.
Yeah boko.
Sakura mouthpiece of Ablikuma Central.
How soon you go?
Asumjen council.
We for student here honorable Kansani Yao Kondo Aladia Kondo. Yes sir. Papa 10. 10. Oni mi mami. Ene usa 10.
Okay.
Papa waru obaba nwana auditive wawu yete aso sepa ni na mewu fope
4 pe tisia o maya he
ba ko pe
ena aka 3
ubi sam gentia me pese mewu 4 pese na black kan na minu be ma so yin
eno pe
mi show mu yi.
Okay.
You say me say omu yi. Na mi wo uncle be sefa. No onu US no onu ohozu. This year sorry kitin no onu o US. Sefa wanware ntem. Ena wawu baso ntem. E train na ebe hanu. So want me wu ntem. Ni ka say asisa mu nyina akwa brochi. Ba ye ni ya say wo ntem se ni awon di after. No official. But this time here, I say almost omunye duma ensure.
Inti train na Canada be no beba.
O say enam kwansu
ma no Sakura. A mouthpiece of Ablikuma Central. Yanko amachi we didn't be free.
Pepper.
Yes sir.
Good morning.
Good morning Joe Becker.
Me. Na 20 ni die. Ya bon pa ya man se Nyankopon ya na adu na we da no ode.
We nya mpa na abebo emwa na de bekwa akọboa no. Nyankopon free soro ma meboa no.
Na say one pampa bon kan ho na baba. Say mpa bon na babo na apia man for mo.
Debio. Yehunu. Why have we seen the situation and we are saying some mpa yebi. Mpa yebe mbio ni ebo.
Mpa bon na make say yambo ne say. Say be ya hu ade no. Aka mo baba. So what ya say?
Yanko.
Mbo mpa ye mananka obi akoma. Ebe ne tokwa na ba.
Yanko Jo.
But for me there. Me ya ma ju sen kambo
2, okay.
But Vanessa.
This year hene ho.
4.
Na 2 no na usura na ase dey.
Oh, there na been so. Say me so ma ho ande ahwe.
Ndu so ho ande hwe na hu se obetimi awo abro so.
Dabi. Me aka se ma ho ande ni sanka me 2. Ana unfortunately 2 no e ba ya 2 abaka ho.
Na owo akoda said there is nothing like unfortunate e wo mu.
Oh, that we say adia wonya wa adwen no. Adia wonya wa adwen say baba no. E wi ase wo say e bia me ka sha atem we. Nkwada ni nyina ya wo mo no ho. But me aka say about 70 to 80% anya plan born ana plan here. Yam plan here na ba yo. Yam plan here. O do pa check na we. Obu wo ho no ma ba hu ana aba. Wa hu na me che no. Enti no me ma su say me per 2. 2 ne ba wie ya no. ɛyɛ dɛn ya wobɛkɔ ɔba nkyɛn na ɔba no so a wɔkɔ ne nkyɛn so no wɔn nso wɔn ana yi a saa na ɛbɛba no.
Wana yeze. Wana yeze. Yeah, Joe, no bimra. 0551563914 now and 6 0555657275. For a year to home to Yenchi Homra. A minute past the hour of 8. Happy morning show. So, and I was good. So, Utino. Macho, Udin Baby Afrifi. Yes, sir.
Sakura Beka Sama, Miankasa Arewo Ekami. I say last, even last year, the last 2 years, and Australia.
I no correct. There been a way a new class over can there be malami di ma o kwanya. Ye me man kai o ya onesa. There be yen fence ya. Yen twa homra. Ye twa homba the aka nya the beto us live on the show this morning. Happy morning show. And was good so utie no.
For all the news updates, trending topics, good music and unbiased analysis of various issues, listen to the Happy Morning Show on Happy 98.9 FM. We are your morning companion.
Headmaster Kwe, me patch science che suku adesua hye foforo ya. Adesua foforo a omo konto aso suku. Edi bedi dwuma no. Wobetimi a kyerɛ mu yi a kyerɛ me.
Eboa ema adesuafo no adwune ye na ye de adesuafo no asi adekyere emfimfini. Afei ye de oman amamra ne amane a ɛsɛfata edua mofra no mu. Sa suku adesua hye foforo yi. Obia de wom sempo obia wo adesua mu haw ɛne obia sɛbi wadi dem. Ne santi enya de a ye gya mofra bia wa akyire.
Na die ne ye bɛka fa babadie purugu. Churane chansohwe. Owia ni wrefi. Eyade ayakoso pa.
Say, suku sahodo no ewo nsohwe nhyehyɛ fofora. Ye de so mofra no ahwe sɛ ne a wo sua no kwan mo fa so edidi dwuma. Ye na makwan hodo bi so etese wo mo ye nhyehyɛmu. Ye ka o mabomu. Amoma ye adesua ho adwuma. Ene de ka ho bi. Sɛ de be ya wo mo emfa mani nkosi ensohwe a suku kɔ na wie ye eno mo yo no so. Ebio ye the student transcript system aba. Ede asuafo no modern ba wo bo. Ewo suku mu adi. Eno osua ni bi. Epese okope suapo mu kwan a obetumi di akɔ.
Ye be ye den enyemu ahotoso.
Wayek ena sese wo hwe ensohwe nhyehyɛ fofora sukufo no edidi dwuma ne so sɛ de be ya ye betumi enya transcript no mu ahotoso ene arohyemu.
Aha afei na menyamu ntiase yie.
Ghana Dutch foforo ni suane ne di kan kyena sankratoi eye Ministry of Education naka ene GES ene de brewo.
Hey Kofi, met me ama kanchema no aba bedane oyire abra wutia just 1000 Ghana cedis. Me ya wane a
uyo obi oyi nkonya.
Wait see. Me a Happy FM Valentine Mass Wedding 2026.
Sa dwumadie no a ye hoahoa wo se oye odehye niema koda ahoje bia kese na ye san ema manfo di wakire se de oye celebrity no.
Wetwa be fie duonini ane e dia ka odo ho asema ye ka warefo bebrabom.
Ntizesi anu de me mpra no miensa no ba.
Debi Kofi. Oba baako, bema baako, odo baako.
Happy FM Valentine Mass Wedding. Well love meet affordability. Our career on another level. Don't know.
Before registration forms, ewo Happy FM asalam down.
So person so ya senior. Obetimi afrete te for home 0244 906 235 and I say 0302 254 858. Mamen Kaiwo send she kakra wo.
For all the news updates, trending topics, good music, and unbiased analysis of various issues, listen to the Happy Morning Show on Happy 98.9 FM. We are your morning companion.
Yamamwachio Niamakwaba about Happy Morning Show so ewo Happy 98.9 FM.
Yera masufa happy die yan timu ana special media man timu da kura intiminta. Da mazuni mun chese. Ya ni kama formuna mu kama yi. Ya men kama ono mo no me nyina ho adi na no kwenu. Ise Bible says from kwenu ton. O ton da ti e ben abuti atuka. Timu ba nyakopo mo no nchita. Masufa. Bibi amekase Happy FM wangu. Enijai Happy Ipa. Na me kope kake po pen drive ma ti pitching mo kanu krepa.
Yensa mo akwa babi mfamra happy morning tunes. Yaka eye ema ho asem ya na mekai say ne International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. Na em say nsembia koso enche biasa en egintre ha ewo abefontintan kese ne so amanipa dodo no ano ekasa ede efa ho ne eye da yeyi esi ose wiase afa na nyina no yemfa enhwe na gidigidi ye ana pinten ayeyo editia oma ema ahodo e wiase afa na yenyim firi ho no yeni ho nkomo kakra yenkwa ahoma ne so yeni Senior Program Officer Domestic Violence Secretariat Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection yeni aba Yvonne Edudako yeni no entwetwe enkomo emfa menim se oman Ghana mu no yenso enedai yede enhyehyɛ ne tua hodo egu akwan mu a yedi eye saa ena no na mamema Yvonne ache anopai na ma na kwaba Yvonne anopai mama wache mu akwaba o
Pepa show meju so bra sepa
na me pa twa pombo de
na me adum na unso e unu etifo
me ho ye etiefo enso eho ye pa na Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection na oboko de
boko bibia boko na me adum
yemra ye nkomo ne so esan se eba wo man Ghana mu a eye ahweye ehwe emma ensem nkwada ensem so ani wono mu a ewom kwa hohia mu ensem so eye the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection. Minim se ene eye International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. Mo di dwumadi ahodo egu akwam ne mansa kran se ne yebekọ dwumadi ahodo ne so no. De mpese mebusa ne se sa asemi ehun sanka te sen ewo man Ghana mu.
Okay. Make sure we see for na mesi me mo mache. Na me sell bofone so me be fafra twini kaka.
Bomodin afafra.
Na yedamasen so ewo opportunity akonye ya mudi amayin say the beka domestic violence and wasem actually. Na yesha domestic violence kosopa ewo omayimu videos, pictures to say adie na yepese yefa no say yebo ye humodi na yedi enema gu akwan mu bebre na yetimi so anu na ewo Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection there omon krabata share domestic violence so domestic violence secretariat eno na yehwe ese yakayaka bie ewo ye domestic setting no yaka domestic setting na ise baby awote o family baby awi aduma ni na ye domestic setting ye hwe sa ayakayaka bini na ebechai na ene aye 25th November no eye International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women. Ayakayaka dia ema efamu no ene de ye sefa kese pa ewo Kanisi market na de dia launch day no na ye ka the International Day na ye was 16 days into the whole world, and then yes, I say 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. 16 days a year border rule, a DSC ho, domestic violence, and once them in Sunsan so even perpetrators and other survivors now go through domestic violence now. And next 25th November, no yes, December, na yaka domestic violence and one assemblity.
Ma yemisa emfa eye domestic violence ho na saa yakayaka de no obi bebusa se de odi kan ebo so obaga na ha e ma dodo no na saa ayakayaka de no won efamu ede na wugidie se eno eni nyinaso anase eno ena ye kofa baintia ema dodo no ano efa sa yakayaka di mu.
Okay. That's a pan. Now, about domestic violence, a kafa ema any mema in Koda. Now, so statistics actually say a man in Kola pana almost domestic violence. Into na pimpi no na yɛhwɛ mmaa ne nkwadaa nanso nkyerɛ sɛ mmarima no yɛgya wɔn daabi na
mmarima no deɛ wɔ mu bi
ɔmo deɛ wɔ mu paa ebinom report paa yɛma ɔmo thumbs up sɛ ɔmo anya gyidie wɔ aban mu no mu tumi report na yɛhwɛ nneɛma a ɛma domestic violence ɛba anaasɛ ɛni yɛma nkurɔfoɔ ɛfa domestic violence mu a ti yɛhwɛ a ɛyɛ high economic dependency rate ɛyɛ baako sɛ ɔbaa bi wɔ hɔ a sɛbi bi ɔbɛka sɛ wei deɛ adwuma deɛ mensɛ da mempɛ kakra saa nti me deɛ menni adwuma mɛtena afie mɛtwɛn nti ɛma nneɛma bi bɛɛde ne nyinaa kɔ ɔbɛrima ne so nipa ko no ɛteetee na ɛma no saa akɔnya no sɛ mewɔ biribi yɛ mewɔ me nsa no adwuma menya me sika kakra nti metumi afifie daabi ɔntumi because of situation na ɔwɔ mu no nti no ɔntumi ɛmfim afei ɔbɛtena mu saa na ɔma excuse obi ɔsɛ nkwaraa no nti no maame ntena mu yɛbo no koraa ɔbɛtena mu aboa ma ebi a wafim anaasɛ biribi bɔne bi ayɛ no mpempin nso so obi wɔ hɔ nso so a osuro yɛfrɛ biribi fear of retaliation sɛ osuro sɛ meekɔma akɔkɔ repɔte ebi a na me perpetrator no anaa onipa ko no a ɔteetee me no wasan aba bɛteetee me mmɔɔ ɛna yɛwɔ biribi nso a yɛfrɛ no social stigma anaa shame osuro sɛ meekɔ akɔ repɔte case yi yɛbɛ point sɛ ne ɔkɔ report ne kun bu no kakra ɛboɔ hɔ no ɛnyɛ kakra even sɛ wohwɛ act ni mu a ɔkyerɛ sɛ wowɔ attempt anaasɛ wowɔ practical sɛ wobɛyɛ obi domestic violence na anaasɛ wode obi fa akɛti ne mu a it's equal to saa domestic violence na wode ama no ɛbɛsan osuo ne yɛ environment stigmatization ne ɛhu bi ɛbɛbɔ ne nti ɛnkɔ report enso so bi mpemede to aso a ye were distracting authorities obi o ha so mi koi kra me kodu police ho kra omo fa mi serious now so umko okona wo kodru ho na se yamfa wo serious a insiste bebre wo Ghana ha ye dia toto akwan mu na one make good use of insiste na ewo ho no insiste binom as we are going on mention no ewo ho a say if you call police ni hono or catch us or kofie or a boy there ya book a crazy a bucket sorry now be report now we say who I would see with them no na won say yes show na obetimi afre your numbers bebre obetimi afre me call ha no say ni see ha e na yen so see hu say enye de bia na wo be kɔ a e be yesa because police station do ho a wo call report case o mu gina so eye bibia kama and we should know the right places to also report domestic violence say ha ye man mu no your domestic violence and victim support unit under Ghana Police Service a ho in omude reports of domestic violence inti eno no unko normal police station obekɔ saa omu unit no anata oko police station o se me pacho me hia dofsu first ne kan wadu that's the dofsu nti omu beto no akɔ report na impin so yewo ye tradition na ye culture bi wo hɔ a obi wo hɔ odi asesere ni ho too much yewo bibi explain Patrick enu de Patrick ne de higher pa kaso obema onu na yo authority onu no owo etre no isan so ye training ti eni oboma sum kra etre oboma sum dia ni ma mentina odi na menji atumbo no debi anasa obeka se mi beja ware akofie eden na busuafo obeka na so wo se ne saa na wunipa na embo afuse wuwu a nkuto na wo beko nti niema we ba kunyenu we na emma nkofo in a boldness to report domestic violence.
Now, okay, you were talking about the lack of trust. A madu donu biano wamu for institutions. Obi wo honso ase obetimi abo ebia na nyonku bi ama ne obi ogini die. So ama we na me kuma na ze bia kwaku we na me famu ewo bia me wo ekoba ne sa no a edien na sa ni enkrofo no betumi ayo ede aboa onyano a wo fa ayakayaka die no mu bibi wo ho a metimi ayo de aboa no
Ekashoan nyama bebree wo kwa se obi fire kayaka di mu a obetimi ayo de aboa no. First of all, ube domodi say obi kan ni asamacho say domestic violence ya. In pimpi bebree na entimi enya boldness to talk about it. So the moment I will be trusting you to talk about the issue, no, yes, utie wa supem. Utie wa supem a enya free na obeje di oni pa ko ni debi. Fa wo ho esutu oni pa ko ni condition say se me na make condition mu a ifu be tie wa supem unjaji oni pa ko no. Ube bi so oni pa ko no say baby how no e ho yeti. Ubisa na sa ofini fana o de bi o se nya de na ko ne de ene wa threaten me se obewo me tukan ene wa threaten me se odi akonti ba bebo masum ene wa threaten me se pay an say obi sie ni na eno no etese oni pa ko no the life is at stake ese o bo modin e asho ni pa ko ta sani na o ka twani nka jobia na fe de eniema edida akone ma aban ede akoto akwam. It's a Ministry of Gender 2021. You say a bomodi a hotline and now 24-hour call center. The friend Orange Support Center. Now no you toll free number of 0800 111 222. So that's free. Oh free. Not wakashu ni pa kuni say when na mi kumu okay. So no so baby say bi fa nsem we ya. Say ehia say the best go say bi baby a wo no. Kosa police meeting way a coco reporter and a Kosa doctor reporter and PMP it's an CIS stakeholders no before say obey get there no and not obey prayer mail location the bit me identify say okay and you other code of office ewaha MP say ya ka say obi wo kwasi in this environment na say wafra the code of office ewo amasama so obi wa blake man or fra obekọ ewo anya. What I say, and no ya friend officer ahead of you say, or be a friend, no say and a air coffee. And no, ya friend is oh, battle. Before you get there, no, on park on expect to do that. Now, before that, no, so the best if your safety is at hand, police, any social welfare or more mandate, they can rescue you. Your shelter. Though we will say we don't have a government shelter, but we are working at it. We have shelters, the Ofreya. We quickly connect you to them. Now you wako, you rescue near the wako shelter. The wako that shelter, na afi, or modi, I relax it. Ya church or Nema ube from a person Nema ube from na area. Na afi. Police for aspect of investigation. And no, so modern prayer or support center for me, Macana. Umbit me up, wow. Who case, especially tonight, obi training. And no, you bet you say, and no, a social welfare case. You are almost 2 months from the our property. And also the best show, baby, or the back of or illegal aid issue, legal aid for in before you even know, no near choice a half an hour. Now, one thing about the Orange Support Center, the person is signed the company say, you provide services, baby. Your medical support, your boy, as for a hospital now, because doctor now. Yabebo modi amao form say fako hospital te bia yabo physically abused na wanko na ebo na uni sika na bibia ye wo sa kunya na support it with the help of UNSP ya shesa ya sama psychosocial counseling because in pain so before domestic abuse is affecting psycho socially in your clinical psychologist or volunteers, we have come across the country. Even if you cannot meet face to face, yeah, for you online. Yeah, link some social welfare in shelter services. Those and even including legal aid services. But those are the legal services that we provide. It will be sometimes now we near me, but also first now what trying to say okay, any of and answer for a number we. The sign crampus now WhatsApp number yeah discussing the betuja between our WhatsApp and also between us or messages any evidence na ebeba phone so am yet ni afro.
May share some statistics on gender-based violence. Na may share no offer the 2022 Ghana Demographic and Health Survey and the 2024-2025 UN and government report. They outline prevalence, impact, responses, and some recommendations. May I will not speak about the recommendations, but I'll talk about say a madodono between the ages of 15 to 49. A madodono no more memuhano between 28 to 36% of that age range have said say they have experienced some form of intimate partner violence. Sexual violence is also affecting about 38% of adolescent girls. Meanwhile, in your submission, you mentioned say emra ewo hwa ewo si yetimi edidi djuma na etimi akun etia ayakayaka de a ema ahodo no ano enamu ewo omanmu no. Edien ena eye osia kwan for us to implement emra no. Dien ena akuaku ahodo yenuma yewo enkuro ahodo so mpanyimfo a womo kan bie yeye yebetumi ayo said ye be betumi ahwe ma ye de mbra no adi djuma to end some of these how any atete e ma dodo no anamu no.
Okay, with the implementation of the law, one thing about domestic violence, person, you have to get the courage to report. Because the law now abandoned since 2007, that is the Domestic Violence Act 2007 Act 17, and the Criminal Offences Act, and also some sections, and also punish perpetrators of domestic violence acts. Doesn't mean the implementation in court. Implementation na koso. Now also say one report two case you who say in na area. Statistics now or dia at all. Your baby your friend intimate partner violence. Say a bia when you be wa and answer when you be date na mo na no ni pa ko na ebo na all say even we have emotional violence and all that. The one ba mama report here. Ubeka say ebia law no enye djuma na say ye implement it. Though I would say you will few challenges say be a funding and obu on so what report case na say one no due case no baby or say me na me be come after the same question and no you cannot force the person as a changing say and say if it was criminal then the Constitution will have to come in, or the laws around it will have to come in to also look at it. With the implementations, the implementations are ongoing, sensitizations are ongoing, but we need the individuals to trust in the system and proceed.
Yvonne, Bibi Chamasum, and actually, thank you very much, Joel. Because I wanted to find what is domestic violence not considered as a criminal offense under a criminal code?
It's a criminal offense.
Okay.
It's a criminal offense.
Okay.
Yes. That's why I mentioned the Criminal Offences Act. Kono na ube who say obi eko to abofra no na a friend defilement one could dem a manager chewa na enye 7 years maximum no so 25 years na woko na se woko repeat obi a which means if akono you 18 years and above one the more na enye 5 years maximum 25 years but once a domestic violence no bi mo aho there were different types of domestic violence. There were physical abuse, there was sexual abuse, there were emotional abuse, there was psychological abuse. And to say, Obi or how many or Soriano pa or the any could no dear a shower here now or to south. Into a normal say no, though it is criminal, but the ukwa echo report the Emma doctor and no offenses are not discipline ain't me yet to be a wakaku review. And also be a powerful.
The Bijan fan is Abia unu who can eat if ye. Na debia no bo akuti anaze ebia ababa wabi only in nifi but debia akuti anyumwa na wo bo wo no o ase wo keka bi tiro di watemo a eno no anda eye emra no yebetimi aka se eye domestic violence against wo into betimi akwa report it.
Me pacho domestic violence because at the end of the day, it may affect you emotionally, not psychologically. No, any person, into the mebo so me have verbal abuse come or no dear wa cost na no old time for adapa. Aha, if you no so the part the law defining a woman in the drops for the better a coin more when you pack on the baby the punishment no be receive. Na punishment no more would draw. Go ahead, the man sign bond. Obi won so ebetumi amane tietka you fine obi won so obekwa akwa for them and na ne odi beko no na ebetre punishment a ubinya
ma yemfa nkomadwetwe ne mra na wie na memisa se ye ma wakonya se utu aban efo e de afa ayakayaka de ahodo a ma dodo no a enamu e wo man Ghana mu a edien ade ba ko na abeka kira ban se aban we de yesrewa bomodia no fu ani hwe said ye beya yakayaka de ahodo e ma dodo no anamu wo man mu no anu betimi abrase.
Okay, me da pa Dr. Sifa na futu kakra me de bema aban ne say domestic violence ayakayaka dia nipa femu a it may affect the economy of the country. In tempi ye bu ye ni guseye se ono na ne honam be ne ya baby then honam ye ne ya ana watua ana ne ni aba eniema be break ACC. Let me cite an example. I will be reporting domestic violence na obi abona ma ne ni abo ni ba abo na ya bomodi e de work for in Shishemu saying ye be case no saying ye be case no na ono de o kase media me ready say meye juma onti no munhune huna ne keke ma munchi ni kwa wabu ama wani abo
be ma na bo oba na ma oba na ni abo
be pacho ai but oba na se ono de onye ready say obeye juma e organ how you know yenhune huna be ma ne keke ma obi amfa ne kokko ten continue to
tore bia mo hwe ma ne bia adwene mu de.
Yes, anything about psychosocial counseling, into psychosocial counseling, psychologist or no bekasa. Psychologist or no bekasa, they were sent to see but will be all our group. And STEM market second snapping, but with this, no, their advice to government, yeah, the financial aspect, no, because at the end of the day, so the balance of Yamua, they see your money, cannot be no cost. Medical health surrounding whatever our so that they will present it before court for judgment. Maybe a ye ni akadia emboa, a be a unique kasa, say, say, obi problem, na esa unya social worker be count, and now police ni count, namoko rescue, a face, we know anywhere. I don't know emboa. The oko dostu, not the dostu, oko na dostu se minika. If more some na mabekana ma sepa, but yansu yenika. Onipa kono so onisika. I don't know emboa bebre. It's meet fra. Ombo modi invest on these institutions or the domestic violence because at the end of the day, obia estimate. And now say obia inya justice okwa adwuma otimi adwuma ema economy ne so so dey ekoso asa atunya ne so amba ema yen adwuma na aye no enkoso one in a citizens no will also lose trust on the in the government because at the end of the day no me kokra tree enkoso meanwhile maybe a few challenges in the ena manibasa
Even na duda ko mini ababa me no wase na anopai se oje peni na one atwetwe nkomo menim se mudwuma dia mudi no ye de ani ebedi akire ɛho ɛyɛ ensema aka ni nyina no yɛbɔ mmɔden ani abɔ ho dawuru edi ama me no wakyɛ no pɛsi puso ho ma wode pene na one kasae.
Okay, Mr. Sefa Medawasepan, so but me per se, me day WhatsApp number, this is a mediate free number, no extra. Say, oh, call, Ayaka Dima, obey me afraid. Mesama Bobosi,
but your Bosubio
0800 111 222. And when I get to a free number, no fine. So the time WhatsApp number, you are, yeah, bono, baby, yeah, bono. This is a baby, while recording voice note, a forwarded WhatsApp number. And you see, last year you introduced WhatsApp number and it says, basically, a use means no, and also a 055 175 7575
055 175 7575
Me pacho
0800 111 222. And your toll free number no.
Me pacho
okay.
It's me for akwenya so after being quiet say don't lose hope. So be our report is now go through the judicial process now because to but don't lose hope. Definitely ubenya or justice. And I am modern say ayaka dia yedi a man in quality from the be joining na send your peace to reign in our communities. If I can invite you be or can you see in this environment say Oba can you see main marketer and a launching of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. It is a woman obi to me abwa afaho ni etimi edwumadi. That was happy FM for mama akwenya way and so.
Yvonne, mama na wasi enano pay say onso uti penie na oni atwitwe nkomo. Kaneshi na ene dwumadi ne ye pound ma. Kaneshi market. Mesere mo awonko konko pie mu ho. Ma ahodo ni nyina no. Ene ye nyina so ye ba betama ti papa. Me na eye Yvonne aduda ko ase se wono eje penie na oni atwitwe nkomo. De fa ene da ye si wo se yeyi ayakayaka de ahodo ma ahodo no enamu ewo manga na mu no ye di free. But when I was looking at the statistics, it's startling, no? Because if you're looking at the age range, the age range, they are going through violence. I know 15 to 49 years. Say if I a mad drono ewo omaimwa, and this is according to the 2022 Ghana Demographic and Health Survey. And the 2024-2025 UN report on gender-based violence ewo omaimu. Aban so edit report ahodo aba. But share percentage-wise no, all of these reports no ems omo ka asem key findings no be indicate say ohamunchiche mo beye aduonu enwotwe kopem aduasa ensia ema a omadi mfie emfie dunum kopim emfie aduanan enkron echiremu a they have experienced some form of intimate partner violence. Na just say oni na kanchima anase ne hokani enete emfie edunum de say ne onware na emfie dunum onware na mo bia akoda keto a oni bema bi ne enam o twempene bi almost say they have experienced some level of violence from omo partners any one enamo. About 38% of adolescent girls TNE, about 38% till, and this age range is different. About 38% of adolescent girls omo kase they have experienced sexual violence. Enemwa yakayaka de enkwada no a adolescent in crash as every 13 to 19. So 13 to 19 years enkwada yen man kwada no a omonso awade no. Omonso awade no. They are telling us say emrante bia one no ehyehyɛ ntokromu ne kokoamu no. Omo sibramom. Omo tete wom. One yoma yaka there. And it should be a cause for concern. Because these very same young men will grow up to become full adults and will continue to perpetuate the violence. But you tinye. Ebia wan tinye. Yenya analysis ni yemfama. Me say, the very same group of a member, if indeed say the same age range, a member no more yes no. If it is the same age range, it will be the same adolescent and in the next maybe 5 to 10 years to become adults, and there is a possibility say they will perpetuate that act of violence against a Emma. Then we have a big matter at hand. But there is a cost implication of domestic violence. And I said there is a cost implication of gender-based violence. 19 million annually. 19 million US dollars annually. And any sika you lose as a result of your gender-based violence. It's an estimation. It could be more than that. And this is based on one more meeting reported to the appropriate quarters. Yet me ashe na quantify. One more much kukwamua ye di asem no ofie. Eno kra de yemfa enka ho. We reported cases ya twere ho twere to nsem a obi abetimi ehunu bie na wakenkan. Fati mejaya ma. It is in your court, the ball.
The concern when it comes to domestic violence, mostly, the stigmatization against the victim. So your ba, so your bema, so your kola. It is a huge problem. Say obi ebeba beka say obi ayeno adia eni so to me edeyeno watene nsabo no ebia verbal attack ne ade. Not the first question we seek to ask and say we den uko hoko ye den adena one ye say adena we say. Usually we ask the questions in a way that rubbishes the feelings of and I say the emotions of nipa krona yede ade no ayeno no. A man side no usually worse and it's more. Statistics to tell.
Yes.
And sometimes when we talk about domestic violence, women are usually spoken for. And kola echen and memano because statistics, and the more you hear about something, the more BBAC, it tilts the discussion towards baby dodono ewo. I don't know how much culture plays in the issue of domestic violence. And when I read this story, be a friend or science so popular, or far on wangasa nebusi asem. And I know church say ne mame no gene nipa time ne mame sano. Na ne mame gene nipa. Na sa time no krado and ne krano obi born a hwene born aso. Edi chain to ne nan ye be hwe in a certain way. Na sa time no ne mame abon hwene abon aso anache say yes your work club or sa na nya asem ketwa. And our club no abrante bi approach no. Na se ne abrante ne approach na abrante no ye ne hipa anti we mfi no kra. Baby or call club no ye another town. Nti anopa wa chili ewia obe fie na abrante na ne papa ete abonten a omotwetwe nkomo yi se na abrante na be fie e bebisa na se nti o se e ho na wenchi abrante no kra because ni we na free club ho dada
deda
ena ne papa se a we hu abrante chia no abrante kona koto shinap ebra ɛna aberanteɛ no kɔtɔɔ snap aberanteɛ no si dɛ no onim adekoro nti a papa no ka sɛ ɔnkɔtɔ snap nti ɔbaeɛ no na papa no sɛ ha wowɔ he sika bi a ɛwɔ ho biara ɛno na ɛyɛ mba no tiri bride price fabra na fansa no wowɔ he magye nsa no magye sika no wokunu nie wo ne nkɔ and me who story no I was like what ɛna lady no bɛ reply me say adeɛ a ne nana yɛɛyɛ no sanka yɛ ɔno na ne nana de saa adeɛ no yɛɛ na ka ne nana no ɔmfa no easy so me who how culture play a role in domestic violence usually against Emma and Emma any Nkwala. So wakɔ ware na yɛ tuufo na yɛ ka kyerɛw sɛ kɔna wo kɔ ne nsan mba ha bi deɛ papa mu obɔni mu sisi adeɛ it is you and your spouse enti nipa na ɔkɔ na ɔfa bibi mu a ɛhe fa na ɔbɛkɔ because yɛ ka kyerɛw sɛ memba ha bi ɛhe fa na ɔbɛkɔ ɔbɛtena na wa endure and the issue of woware a wokunu abɛyɛ o papa wo yere abɛyɛ wo maame no you can't marry your father, you can't marry your mother. In some of these narratives and talks I will say yejai kan
ba obetumi aka say oba ba panyi anasa oba be ma panyi
why ba
say oba ba panyi anasa oba be ma panyi
enya wo na wo no mo ye partners mo no we bia mo kwa kwahwe mo amoma mo be wo no enya father and daughter or daughter and son relationship nti sansem no I will say ye jaika because uba ya ade a na wo feel say caning and ade a wa ye na fata so be caning no nti in your mind no so ukuna ya wade na so na ye maame ne de a ebia in your disciplinary measure no meba boy especially teenagers say na ye omaso ye de omo pe aduane no wo ye bibia na aduane na me de be punish nti me ma wo aduane wo be ka se wo ma wo kunu aduane nti no some of these afutuo ne se na ye nnuama no ye giaya a ebeboa also a case in point recently the see ye aba beto aye anopa aye obi e ka ho asemi
yes
my manager so call police station and this is not the first time police officers have been accused of doing things that deter victims from reporting, of doing things that ancient crime. Apart from my many deal kinds of work reported severally in Kusia Gasembi no. There are men in Suomako police station I call report here. I catch them say na wo be mana ya bo ferimpo and over until the next time no where do you want such a person to go? I believe that if victims of domestic violence are reported and steps are taken and now we decide to say we will forgive and we will continue with the marriage, the perpetrator knows that your report me and on continue on that tangent. The victim needs to say I have a place to go to report if this happens again. But if a perpetrator and him say a report na ye nyane obeto so aye dia oye no. If the victim knows say me kokora nkosi hwe a obetena na wa endio. And it's a complex situation say ye be see no kwan no. There are a lot of angles I was say ye hwe free. But bottom line me dey be make say seriously. Then pa na obi ebetumi di ayo so ya akwala so ya peni so ya oyire so ya okunu so ya oba so ya wadanfo a ubetumi abo na epra no ubetumi ayeye na ama oto ha on feel say o enipa biem what esune ban no I will say yes sir. People need to be tolerant. People need to understand that people are different. Obi betimi aka say ompe brodo ho no. Obi so ni favorite no.
Yeah.
Ebi a wunnim se Kwadwo Sefah yi ope brodo ho no. E na wakoto brodo. Wa berare ho ni nya we mfe ngu ho. Se Sefah ba wa befa edi. Wakoto egu ball because aha. So wunnim.
Yeah.
It is just a matter of Sefah ba. Oh chale.
Me I didn't get me paper.
Until next time no.
Yeah.
Fegu o mama.
As a me no emutu wa kan wie emutu na se no. Manage ho pa.
It's a matter of communication, tolerance, and understanding.
Emutu as manage ho pa. Ono wa mo no eh.
You know, seriously. Because yeah, o show be power nam town kama na o kote se bra nipa ni bonia. Na ma o tia fe.
Ebinom kra etimi ko e wo kwan o mo fa so a omumia eye paste.
Exactly.
Kwan o mo fa so a ye mia toothpaste o. Obi mia free finfini. Obi mia free tro to no. Eno timi dane eye a case for violence against eye obi. I mean, no, not of course, yes, we may laugh over some of these things. But nye crash obi ebe usini de. O de ese bi onipa no. Ono no said the baby and orientation baby free ba no. Ebi a kire no. Sana na oye no. Obi antimi ankire ne se enye. And so, whilst you are in that kind of relationship, the thing that you can do, I did a bit to me aye, and it's over catching. Oh, ama, I didn't hear umian say ye mum, but ka umian fee a tonoa, and no bit me a bois. It's as simple as that. There is nothing wrong in correcting a wrong practice. Adebia ubia ye ache na ohunu se bia ye bone. No one who know. And as almost not necessarily say a bonnet. And Shadamwa. Now it turns out you beat me away. There is nothing wrong. I don't see. I mean, what will Abia Ghana for the bit me actually? What will at the end of bit me I can't to the extent that or your bow or your bear mount. You will resort to a violence against your partner. At the end, I want to understand. Maybe a tier for would want to understand. Let's share experiences because I have not, and I will not in my life, and I will not teach any of my children. And as Ubia or Bembia, I will not teach any of them. Oh yes. I won't do that. And so Abia, one more team probably might have gone through similar situations. At the end, what will put you at that neck level? Because baby, I drew there. I need to resort to violence. 0551 563916 0555 657278. Me, oh yeah, me sorry, crazy. How coffee baby cry. Yenko Ghana for yin incomo. Good morning, din baby free.
Sefah?
Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, Willie.
Ni?
Obawo.
Obalala.
Sefah? A delayed marriage is better than a damaged life. Divorce was not meant to break home, but was meant to save life. On sending life, life.
No correct.
But some kind of last one, president as president. So do an amka and say, so and then I said, Pistia. Na brass no. Na I didn't abonnement, but enema will loom. I come and ask something.
Debbie.
Or say, na I didn't a son. 7 minutes. Eva, man tell you. And look, it is me. I feel like medical. I can say, I think I'm going to cry. I don't know. I mean, the last time I met Toby. Now, only say all kind of so, and you will say more.
Debbie.
All kind no, sir, but me find it serious. I feel I don't ask that thing again. And on Oba by back and say, okay, and the next time, men senior open. And one no. But on say any kind, Obi and to me find it.
Debbie.
But if I can say what we appeal for the government say, a man abuse no mpamuso. Sefah enye crowd. na so mun show no mun din wejuma papa because Bible the bibi say be me say ono na oye head of the family and some of the men are abusing it na obati warrior say no why timid na why say mumu ye fe no mumu obi a onkasa e fe no mumu be ma kan na ya onka ba ko da because be ma na yeti etina nyankopon si Bible no si nyankopon di ma ye no people are abusing it. You say president and our government, Omusem kena na man se BBC and se na ma ba. Fred, go and report. Send a beer. Mema na sebi omuye sanya mransem no. Yen show mwaso. I am so happy. Happy FM, why are you say you bring all those people for us to listen? The whole world should hear this. Says na ma ba. Women, don't sit down. Or ye be report too. They should deal with that man. Remember, Omuyibium. Madam, I say.
Mamma, I say, Emmanuel M. Auli, Yanko, Machi, who didn't be a free.
Kwadwo Sefah-Danquah.
Mala Medini, Yanko.
You mean Chiao? I say, Minia Sakura, a waridium. And into the Missa Prayer back.
And I mean, Busase, Wamo Quina said, Bosoa, Abontiana.
Oh, say, I said, invitation, Mamia. And your group are, Minamia, Omopia.
There be a invitation, or send the invitation no edit to group no. One send the invitation no outside of the group. What you say?
The American want to say. Me na me PR group no. Until the dunia na be information about it.
There be mamin can say there are certain information a specific to for the group. Because group no and what prepare for prepare for any outside a year entity bia. Intina me gusa say o ma wakwanya say boso wa bontene ana.
Okay, o kase oti.
No correct.
E bia ye wo kanu say kwanso na wo de mi apa no. Nti wo say me seek that explanation e feeling change.
No correct.
Mati wase. Nyakon kan wo hwa. E na de bia me tie wo no. E bia me tie wo na say me to bomb wo chira. Ya ma bomb no simpi. O sere me. The family chia. Na me chia wa onia OMC no em say nia me honorable em say me give be share yes but ni na you go so ehwe the about issue say far a friend say domestic violence are mo kan wasem o me say embani so mo be ma no
yes man so be man of course you need even needing come kan
I want say me should enko viral me say me obo me Mama de sire wa shi. Maria de bomi. Ani ba.
Yanko.
Sefa. It's ma so yon kaun.
Kona ko report here.
Say report am.
Tell me the whole report mamia. Me ntimi nya ho hwe. Yama appropriate a quarters no 0800 222 to free number Fresisia.
Okay, me no via me free. Mo dia mo hwe mbema na mo ye bomu no mo beka o. Mo beka wo bema bia na wo kire na de dia na ma mom. Dudu na bo se na akwati na ban no no so ko fia de bebo no. Ele na be de na titi sport no. Ifa no crese ya de bia e serie but ya dia ya asesen se be ma sadi obi azechene ba ahwe the school abra se fon ma de ya akola na yi school awaware be ma no kra no o se ya eni enta san ko parents nso bi mu so nim obi anya ware after na de enko ni pe obi na hwe no ma ni yiri ye a odi ni ko school after na obi ni kuno onye bia na de komandi kunu onye sika de komandi kunu na omo ni ko school kra na oni de ebe ware ye no na oni ile fi omu na sadi o wa dia akra na chew te fa free onye kirenti no na wonya daje onya betri na odi bro no ewi ani ko di ekire ya ba ni enya ya si ofri obi human rights lawyer sa bro fun na me kra na me ye me tun he twa me no
ente bia me ye bi wo dia wa kan ti
human lawyer
me human rights lawyer
bye bye
Wanya za ka honko ma che udi ni ba bia brevi yes sir
once again Sakura
yanko
the only India on India, my dear, no consonant.
Okay.
Oh, India, there were cool, Yenimsen, I or no, secretary. And the all kind of no consonant. If I the woman said, oh, relationship. It can be now you're in starting with. Don't call relationship. You know about baby, you are one worrying. It is sure, say, we need problem then. You know about no or more, one or backup. But Bia will be here or backup. Wouldn't know how, no backup. You know, make a show or Babia.
Sakura. Yes? Or Babia saying. So when you are Ghana man, so you cannot generalize or Babia. Ebi abetimi aka say e ma watimi ahia won ne de ana ebi a dodo bi a ya ka kire won de
sefa mati wase o say yes ya de dodo onu sa na omutu sisi ma sisa dodo onu sa na omutu woni wo hodmo a no backup it sometimes they all can sometimes enya no no offer because o she afamie nu o she ukasa o she adakasa in terms of who failure. So, almost benefit who failure no call no one. And the debia we about if you are in Kura challenge, we share here. Problems now, Benya. Second, only say, my Minuka said, Ubeko report 211 BBT Ubeko report to Ghana. What the West Radar? Complainant 10 accused person. What did that? What is that?
Matibi pen.
When you be able to car, dear, no, I shall we. What we want the new case in who? The court be the or no, we say yes. Look where you're just. Wow, a CIU, and now prosecutor. The best in our compromise. Wow, CIU, and now prosecutor. Or no, we say, case me case you were doing this and so the fish will be a case you Ghana seminar me can say family.
No, I say final call ha match we ni baby afrifi.
Ifa.
Yes sir.
Mbacho metia one Ajira sister party.
Menu ano krasan e joso.
Me do you know what is post no so. But of aka homa me na me yere kura bu be fu.
Oh, post ni dey.
Say Mr. Oho, asa na no kura na sanaba. No one for Mr. Nama, who mammy remove.
Mr. Nokrasa.
One so can you what the teen answers many and cafes and quafa. Oh, yes, I am yet. My name, Mama Basso. Are they? May how?
Me, won't have you.
Minimum, may how?
May wabo trip up.
The other mail, sir. Then, by the way, Mamma didn't be just on my hand about Kuga, and I call it dishes to Segan. What is it, Sifa? Sir, it's him or bar, any bearman, and Tim. Or bar or Bema, or Bema or Boba, or Bar, Titi Bema, Bema or Titi or Bar. Send no cre and Ned, a woman, Temwa. Problems with. And yet, is free our and some with that. No question, and Neddy, a fresh Bema from the day I will engage you for Ban. The first word I'll make a trouble. Why man, you look correct? No one ban about him. So I said, the men can and work on what try into a ban one kind. I said, now, what kind of. And what do my really that confuse you with the best for it to be.
And Ukraine here.
No, very important. I want that so no from the one that we engage in the Saudi that.
A man is doing pesao.
Okay.
A man is do want to be M-Pesa or Becano Cratching straightforward.
The one can look when I'm free. Open your second, you will get in Nara. The day now we engage you for balance and cry, baby. No, you can go send me Nara. no ban ba ware na se kura no kura na wan kan kyerɛ no nti ebe ma ware na dida kedi ka me nyese me ka me patin bi me yari a hospital doctor declare say me ni madie oba bi a me engage on phone full me ka kyerɛ say me ni faye ni obaje di so oba ne position me a wan fa me anka bibia na ni wo ya no na oba ni aba me fie oba wo me no ampa awo hu sa ampa sa asa ma me ka se me ni faye ni
no correct
kedi me ni oba ne tra ya for 12 good years ne ma me no ne papa no ne dina say oye ohima a wo be di hima it wo mo pene e ma me nware no
yemfa wasem insia say ebre no nya ma me fa we yo ye good morning o di ba bia frafio ye yes me pa cho ba bia jina ne gina ye yo
Kwadwo Sefah-Danquah.
Wait 1 minute. Yeah, we are sports for time.
Oh, Kwadwo Sefah, we want mommy and Kasapa and mommy, we
Entia Coco Street.
Only me come out and buy me MC. Honorable Francis Cancer, Yanko Point.
Me and Coquasams.
Unim. About Sakura, Minia Baku Penino. By net, and yes, it be because Minia Sakura, Echo Warrior, and come.
There be and Yasem, Coasam Potin is what
there be a yepa, Idiabe Bossu, one. A yes, Idiabe Bossu, our radio, so am I a won't say, and Pioneano Echo Warrior. Now say, yes, more do a why it's media buono, depa. What my say? Maybe about what I want to be my favorite. Yeah, about you think I was with that. On our Sefah.
Debbie.
And easy. Miss Anna will my film. And maybe a main cast a beer, Miss or Makumo, and I say, and young coupon, and you me free Sanya Manum.
Bright, young coupon you are free more. Young fancy here. Now, young sorry, young fancy, the entire production team. Yemfa say Emma Rapapa Fatisha Bole Prince Obiba Poakwa Ayim Brown. Nana Waku Junior and two appearing above Fontin Tankas and Kwan Yasi. Eho, the Chagu in and one creature we see idiotry. Yemfa say Emano. Never say more eti yen frey yen commenti ye. Munyanano Yedina Scasia and a demamo, Jumaqua who drama so as any Jumedi in a bread tea for near 4. Yedina say and a mamma, your friend young compassa this year, Diana brother this year. Chen Hirina na Kwadwo Sefah-Danquah me sorry so Jeffries Sintim Korea Charles Kelly the El Mago Crucial or Tenase or the Happy Sports. Ebren